Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle.
I'm
Alex.
And this is Mark.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hello, and welcome to episode 152 of the Pseudo Adults podcast. Also featured in the video format on the Space Zamboni channel for members.
Shit.
And you can follow me on various social medias at Pseudo Adults. And if you haven't already subscribed to our podcast in the audio form, anywhere that you find podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, etc. You get the idea.
Twitter's on fire.
Yeah.
It's on fire.
Yeah.
It's burning down. Everything is hellfire. But you know what remains? Space Zamboni.
Especially the SpaceZamboni.com website.
Yeah.
You getting sick of Twitter? Go on there. We may not have a message board, but you know what? Who cares? It's still better than anything Elon Musk is doing right now. He's a maniac.
Yeah. And if you are a member, which means you're probably watching this podcast, if you're on our Discord, we gave exclusive coupon code. So it allows you to get a percentage off our new collection, too. We just did a merch drop. It's our Winter 2022 collection, baby.
Yeah.
And we're offering, I think it's 10% off if you're a member. So check it out. It's a lot of cool stuff we put out. You'll probably be seeing clothes on this podcast. So you're like, where's that from?
This is.
Tell Elon Musk to eat baloney. Get on SpaceZamboni.com.
Yeah. We won't blow up our platform.
Yeah.
We won't self-implode for no reason.
Yeah.
We won't ban you for mocking us.
Unless how he buys us out.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't even have to run it by you, assholes. I just bought you.
Like, how did that happen?
So it's been a few weeks since we last recorded. We're happy that Alex is once again amongst the living. Yes, exactly.
Hey, I'm sick too.
Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Okay. Well,
I wasn't that bad now, so I was like coughing and that was it.
and we have good old Mark here, filling in the four shoes of Rachel and Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of shoes.
So welcome back to our podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing? What's new?
Not too bad. Just I don't know if I was here last time, but I don't know if I remember talking about it with you guys, but I went to Rhode Island Comic-Con a few weeks ago.
Oh,
That's how I
yeah,
got-
another Comic-Con review episode. Everything else is out.
Yeah, another 2-hour show, guys. Get ready,
I'm going to
sit
get
back.
my hands ready to just
Yes.
leave it on Mark.
Yeah, just sit back, relax, and you just enjoy. No, it was nice little. It was different because it was like a nice smaller con and like more local people instead of like New York Comic Con, San Diego, which are like huge like booths like Marvel, Mattel, all the Funko and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They were more like local people,
Mm.
and that's where I got the jerky from too because I was
Yeah,
like a
the
local
jerky was
guy from
good.
there. So
Wow.
The guy that you gave us human meat from.
Yeah, you said the guy looked like Dahmer.
Yeah.
yeah, he was like
Oh.
the way he talked like Dahmer. He
Yeah,
had
every
glasses
kind of
like Dahmer,
jerky.
too.
Human
Talked like
jerky.
Dahmer. He had his best friend hanging from shackles.
He was like, "So you want to try a jerky?" Like I'm like, "No, I'm good." You sure you want to try one of these jerkies over here?
Wow.
I would've
Was he
been like,
cosplaying?
yes.
Spicy, huh?
Give me it.
Was he just cosplaying?
I don't think so.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
He could be, but
It's
I
like
don't
very
think,
poor taste, but just
It's probably poor taste. 'Cause, I mean, it is dried up meat, so it's like
not literally the
about it.
jerky was poor tasting, but yeah.
Jerky
But I was
delicious.
like,
Yeah, the jerky
after
was
the
super
instant
good.
text to you guys, I was like, "Oh my god, I think Dahmer's here," or some shit like that. I was like, "Oh,
Come for the
no."
flavor, stay for the prions.
But no, it was good overall. I had a good time, and then
Wow.
I guess some assholes coughed in there, so I got sick. So
Oh, you did get sick.
I did actually. Well, it wasn't like a bad thing. It wasn't like.
Did
a
you
fever.
get the COVID?
I tested myself
The
negative a few
COVID.
times.
I too
So-
was negative.
Yeah, nice.
And I went to Legoland. And I think that's what got me sick.
Damn kids,
very-
you know.
Yeah.
Dang.
Coughing up
Did
your
you walk
face.
around barefoot like I asked you to?
I
Ooh.
did, yeah. That might have been what helped. Yeah, that might have been what
How?
helped. It was like Legos were licking my feet.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
yeah. What were you on? Oh, Legos. Don't look at
Yeah.
my own
You're
time.
on MDMA.
No.
I like these Legos. Ah.
Yeah, I'd be rolling in them.
Yeah, I got sick. Yeah. So we're happy to be back with another episode.
Yeah.
These two guys and I have had a good time working on music lately.
Oh yeah.
We've got a couple.
Slamming out some jams.
Yeah, a couple new songs in progress. very different from each other, but I think that's what we like to do. We like to do just like whatever genre just like sounds fun in the moment and just roll with that.
One day we gotta do an acapella song. Like Billy
I would love to do an
Oh my
acapella
God.
song.
Yeah,
Longest
I agree.
time.
Okay, fine. Let's aim for that to be our next one.
That sounds good.
Every time I drink, I sing this dance song.
Oh no.
The acapella version.
Started.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you pull the plug on Grandpa Fridge? In the words of Kyle.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm also making progress with my music too, just to like throw that in there at the beginning of this episode.
A rock opera.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rock opera.
It probably should stop calling it that because it's not. It's just like, I think it's more like concept album versus like,
Okay.
what's Matt saying?
Do you want help?
Concept album compared to
Oh,
a rock
yeah.
opera.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. It's, you know,
it's
it's,
all right in between the legs.
Oh no.
Oh,
so
no.
I think it's because the annoying kind of like, it sounds like in your own, like up your own butt type of thing, but it's like you got to re-listen to your song so many times when you're working on music to be like, oh, this level's like, these vocals are too loud. But it got to that point where it's like, this was a song where I was just like, I need another song here to tell this part of the story. And it's actually a very early part of the story I just never filled in. And so I was just like trying to figure out like a chord progression. And it was like a melody that is just like the arpeggios of a chord, like don 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 don, like that. Yeah, don da don da. Yeah, and it was just like the least creative thing I felt. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna like this. And so it's like I'll just let it sit for a while and see how I feel about it. But then like in the context of the whole song, because the song's not like, it's not like your simple verse chorus. Like it does a few things and it sounds more interesting and dynamic. So I was just like, I'm cool with it. I'm happy with it. And then when you get to the point of editing where you're like, okay, just like this guitar is too loud, these vocals are too loud, that means you're like, you're getting there, you're good. Like, so I think I tweaked the last like vocal line, made it a little quieter, and I listened to it this morning. I listened to it once on the drive here, and I'm like, it might be done.
Wow.
So yeah,
Nice.
done exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I get to sort of like look at the whole project again and see if there's any other songs that like need to be done, because like there are like a handful that would have been based on my original outline, but it's would still be like 22 songs. It's like still 2 albums lengths as is, so it's like it could be done as long as I feel like it's not just like a dumb gap where it would frustrate me for the rest of my life if I didn't fill it in. That's
Then
it.
you release it as an EP.
Yeah, exactly. 1 EP.
Little EP, the extra song.
Oh, extra song.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, but I'm ready to sort of, I want to like make it as good as possible, but then I want to move on to other stuff with you guys. And
Deluxe edition.
no, it never dies. This is the Cobra Kai album. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with all that stuff. If I haven't talked about it on the podcast in a while, it's not because it hasn't been happening. It's just because I want to have like some more updates.
Or you can make like your own American Idiot Jesus of Suburbia, where those last 5 songs are just all in one track.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll just glue them in, even though they're completely different songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just putting Flex Seal on songs.
Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays here. Welcome to the Super Song.
Unless you guys have some like updates on stuff that you've been like progressing on. I mean, I know you always have stuff. I just don't know how much you want to talk about.
We got stuff. We're working on animations. Yeah. I recently Mark is actually helping us with the fighting game. I don't know if we talked about that before. So he's been already.
I would say a little help. So
Mark
far. I haven't had a
already
chance to
finished the game.
Yeah, Mark's done with it. So, and he's told me already. He sent me 4 emails saying I'm done. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not sure if he's talking about with me or with the game, but he's done.
I was talking about life, but
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Come on. No. I think it was just like a whole move thing. So I was like, hey, Alex, is this okay? Or like,
Yeah.
and I fucked
So
up.
we're no, you did good. You did a really good job. And right now we're just like trying to get stuff in the game because a lot of it's like art stuff I've been doing, and I have like so many characters that I have like the concepts for, and I want to test before I finish the full sprites because it doesn't make sense to have full sprites done and then the move sucks or the you know, the attack doesn't work. So we're just trying to put everything in so we could test and then do the
Funny test.
arts for.
I'm working on a whole game eventually.
Yeah, big time.
I feel like these are like the projects that you get like super like amped about. It's like making a video game. Like you have completed games before, and just like, is it different to have like I don't, would you consider like a collaboration? Is it like sort of just like a team approach to it, or like is it, how is it different working with Mark?
Yeah, well, we just kind of like started, so it's like it's still fresh, and I think Mark understand. I made like a little tutorial video for him.
Yeah, it was adorable. Actually, I did watch it. I'm probably watching it. I'm probably gonna watch it again because I watched like when you sent me
a while ago.
Like a month ago, I think it was. Yeah. So I gotta watch it again just refresh. I understand how to do stuff, but I just want to I'm gonna do step by step.
But it's neat. I mean, we'll as long as something is moving, I'm happier than being like, oh, okay, well, I've been doing stuff for the past like year, so I couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
So it feels good to have it like move forward, because this is a concept we've been doing for a long time. I want to say it's been like
6 years.
Yeah, since like we came up with the idea.
Yeah.
So, and even back then it was a different idea. So it's like morphed and changed over
it
time.
evolves, skill sets change, and that's nice.
Gets different HMs, TMs.
You learn the skills, and and then Peter Payload, you have written episode 2.
Nice. Ooh. That was a lot of fun, so I look forward to seeing more of that.
And then we have another animated pilot we're working on, and other animation like parody stuff that we want to do. Just kind of
Alex showed me what he was working on at like an animated part of our Pseudo Adults podcast. I'm looking forward to that seeing the light of day. It cracked me up, especially the Sonic one, which it's to see like how what the creative visual mind could do. Like I don't know if I could describe one thing that people aren't going to see for a little while.
No, that's fun. Yeah.
Tails like bending over backwards and slapping his own ass or whatever he does in that is so funny. I was like, what? I'm glad that in your head, like, this is how this should go.
Yeah,
this is what I'm seeing.
It's weird because like when I hear the audio, that's how I do it. It's like if I could picture the audio as like an animation, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, this would make a good one. Like this would make a funny cartoon.
Yeah.
So, and that happens a lot of the time, but I just don't have the ability to do all of them. Like we did a Mr. Beast like riff off, like when we were playing.
Oh, Resident Evil! You guys were talking. Yeah, you guys.
You were playing Wind Waker. It was just the other day.
Oh, that was Wind Waker. I was Resident Evil for some reason. Okay, yeah.
And me and Matt just went off on.
Yeah,
Mr.
you guys were going
Beast.
back and forth, fucking Mr. Beast and shit the whole time. And I was trying to figure out how the fuck to go next in the randomizer thing.
Yeah. So we went off for I want to say like maybe 10 minutes just talking about like potential Mr. Beast videos and like how silly they could be, like, and again, even talking about it, I was like, man, this would be so funny to see like animated or as a cartoon.
Like where Mr. Beast stole another person's face to live their life.
Yeah. I stole 5 people's faces and lived each of their lives for 1 year.
Yeah. I ain't give them my face either. We didn't do a face swap.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's cool to see how things evolve over a long time. I mean, when you guys talked about like the video game project going on for 6 years, I realized the past week I was like, oh, I think a month or two ago I passed the 10-year mark of working on this album thing that I've been trying to do. And it's like, yeah, I lived at my parents' house when I started. I had an apartment. Now I have a house, and I have a different. Like Alex got me an awesome mixing board that I use now. It took me a long time to understand how to crack it and make it good, but yeah. It's so much easier to switch from like keyboard to guitar to acoustic to bass, and I don't have to throw a million. I have a million wires, and I can't do anything about it, but I don't have to switch them out constantly, and that's a beautiful thing. And just having like a setup to just have everything sound the way you would like, and it's like that you have the thought like, should I go back and like redo guitars from like the old days? And I think the answer is no. Like this is sort of like a timestamp of like your life, or my life rather, and just like how I hopefully like kind of like made progress and like improved at what I'm doing. I probably will redo some vocals though, because the old ones were done on my Blue the Way Past microphone, and it was just like plugged in with our bassist's ex-girlfriend's dad's microphone cable that he gave us.
Yeah.
And I still have it, but I don't use it anymore because I have new stuff. But
now that's the butt plug.
Yeah, it serves other purposes. It serves other purposes. But yeah, so that was just like plugging into the old USB recorder. Now it's like I have like a more legit mic, not unlike these legit mics. So it's cool.
I would like that if you could shove like a guitar plug into your butt and play the electric fart.
I'm wired in.
Yeah.
It's probably been done.
The electric fart here.
I'm looking forward to your next Space Zamboni podcast recording. Today on this episode, a new type of challenge. It might be electrocution. We'll see. All right, so this movie came out since we last recorded. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
What's that?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
I haven't heard it. No.
So I'm going to give you the incredibly spoiler-filled review, so you don't have to see the movie, okay?
Okay.
Oh shit! I guess it's that bad, huh?
Why did I say it was bad?
The way you said it, though, so you don't have to see the movie. It sounds like because I don't want to save you from this torture.
No.
Wow.
You're going to wish that you
Yeah.
had seen the movie. You're going to hate me for spoiling everything.
Wakanda
And I don't
goes
care.
Wow. I'm gonna spoil something to you then.
Okay.
I have nothing.
If we're going to go on with this,
All right, go
you don't
ahead.
have to.
I don't care.
No,
Okay.
go ahead. Just spoil the shit. I think
Yeah,
I
that's
must
fine,
spoil
whatever.
So T'Challa goes on an extended vacation.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
And somehow he returns.
So spoiler alert if I haven't mentioned that already. Yeah, so
He goes on his honeymoon. He never comes back because he's like, I'm tired of being Black Panther. I'm outie.
I like that this is sort of like the explanation for like children. Be like, where'd T'Challa go? We're like, oh, he just went on an extended vacation.
Yeah.
He went to, the African farm upstate.
Did you really say that?
I would tell AJ he fucking died.
Yeah, he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
He died of like normal cancer. Or
Yeah.
what the fuck it was.
He died. Yeah.
He died, that's what he died. He died of disease. Yeah.
Yeah. Like colon cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The poop cancer.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy. But did he in the Marvel movie? He died of what?
It's a disease, right?
He died of vacation.
Adele disease.
Yeah,
Adele disease.
Yeah.
I
virus.
presume he died of the same thing. I just don't think they sort of elaborated on it.
Oh, I thought they did. They're like, oh, it's a heart condition.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
his heart is failing him.
yeah, well, that's just a way to show someone's alive. Their heart's beating or it's not. I didn't know if it was a heart condition or if it was just like his heart succumbing to some sort of long term. So there was the other throwaway line. My brother
Mixing
suffered
the
in
DNA
silence
around.
for so long, and by the time I could help him, it was too late.
Yeah. Which
Which-
they got the devices that give on the spot like vital signs and health stats, and yet even with that,
He had enough.
technology isn't good enough to be like he's
lost-
actually kind of sick too.
He lost the will to live.
I don't know how old those elders are supposed to be in Wakanda. They don't strike me as like, we live to be 900 years here, no big deal. I think they all live fairly normal lifespans still
probably.
compared to the rest of the
I think
world.
so.
So I don't know. So I mean, maybe it's like they probably could cure those type of things, but he probably was like, I prefer a holistic route,
Yeah.
aka deal with it. Go to the ancestral plane because they they dig that place too.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good in the Wakanda hood. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Cut it. Cut.
I didn't mean it. It just
I didn't mean it.
who else wants to talk?
Well, I haven't seen the movie, so I have no idea a thing about
So,
it. But he has.
so in that movie, he drinks that Black Panther drink that
The
looks
goo.
really tasty,
Yeah.
and
Who's
it makes
he?
him Black Panther.
Black Panther goo.
And he makes that, it makes his body impervious to all attacks, but it doesn't make him impervious to sickness.
No.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
His heart's too big, and
Yeah.
he died
Yeah.
from loving too much.
Do you think that's what that plant also does? It does cardiomegaly? Just
Maybe.
makes his heart like colossal. It's
Grinch
like,
heart?
Yeah, it's like comically large, and his body can't handle it.
That makes sense why those are drug to get rid of it. But-
Whoa, there was.
Yeah, because that's how he fought Killmonger in the circle. He wasn't allowed to have the powers, so they had to get rid of it. So then,
He had it twice, though, so I guess maybe it fucked him
yeah,
up big
yeah,
time.
maybe having it twice is no good.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's deep. We've solved it.
Yeah, or maybe the actor had stage 4 cancer and they had to write him off because he died. which is also definitely what happened.
I don't know. I'm still with the first theory.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I still can't believe he was doing Endgame with cancer.
I know, it was
That's
crazy.
It's really crazy.
I can't believe Disney's like, you're going to do it.
They didn't know.
Oh,
Well, I thought
you're going to do it.
There's someone actually knew about it from there. 'Cause probably,
Somebody knew, but I don't think everybody was like, "Oh, okay, well."
The
well,
old
I'm sure
plan.
everyone. I'm sure the top people probably knew about it, and
Yeah.
they're like, you don't have to just like. He's like, he probably wanted to finish off his thing, and like
And then he recorded "What If."
Yeah.
This is
right.
wild,
That was his last
man.
role, yeah.
He did so much. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
You want a legacy.
I think he did it because he enjoyed it and he liked it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You're going to do this.
Okay, or it was that.
Haha, you're gonna do it and you're gonna like it.
Gosh,
Yeah.
better do what he says, Max.
We better do it.
So I didn't
otherwise-
actually get to watch the movie yet.
Oh, you actually haven't?
No,
I haven't
actually
either.
haven't.
Yeah.
Matt saw it.
Mark, you haven't seen it? Mark,
No.
you see like Marvel movies before they're released.
I haven't
Yeah,
had a
sick.
chance. Yeah,
We were
I was
both
sick.
sick, so
I was
we-
sick, and I'm
Wow.
not gonna pay attention.
So
to
it's actually not a spoiler-filled review. Damn.
You
like,
can
I,
spoil
I,
that.
I, I guess you can spoil, yeah. But,
I feel like I don't have like spoilery things to say necessarily. I don't
What do you
need
mean?
to.
I could say everything.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I'll
know
leave.
who's in the
I'll
movie.
just follow Matt's lead then.
I could say the thing that Gene said to me because
Yeah.
Gene was
spoiling shit.
Gene said one thing from the movie, and
Killmonger. being
apparently it was like one of the bigger things, and he goes, "Oh, you didn't see the movie?" I was like, "No, Gene. Notice how you were at the theater and I wasn't." So I'm gonna spoil this. I'm
there?
sorry.
Is it Killmonger?
No,
Are you gonna hold
That's
I'm
not
yourself?
the
sorry, I
big
spoiled
one.
that for you, but
No, it's okay. Yeah. So he goes, "Yeah, I couldn't believe that he has a kid."
Yeah.
T'Challa.
Yeah, T'Challa as a kid. At the end of the movie, technically it gets revealed.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be the next Black Panther,
There's all these
probably.
kids in the fucking like Hulk is a kid now. Fucking Black Panther's a kid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Watch,
thing.
Black Widow's gonna have a secret kid somehow too.
That's
some
all right.
stashed somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everybody's got to have a kid.
When in
Everybody's
doubt-
getting older and having kids. So.
Yeah. Even Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Shit,
Or
so
has
There's a
the
whole movie
daughter.
just to adopt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a spoiler for this movie. You're gonna watch this whole movie and you're gonna be like, "Where was the paid tribute to Chadwick Boseman?" You're just gonna be like, "Where was it?"
well, the death.
Yeah.
I hope you know I'm completely joking. This movie's
Yeah.
like so like I mean
is it really?
it's so respectful. It's so like
That's good to hear.
it's just like no one could ever accuse this movie. So I just like watched this movie like, where was the tribute?
Oh, okay.
Like they even like revived Rihanna's music career to like to him.
I feel like that scene was a little too cheery.
Which scene?
Afterwards. After
The
he
fr-
dies.
the mid-
Yeah. They're all like...
Oh yeah, because they have
They're
the,
like...
don't wanna die here.
Wakanda deals with death like a celebration. They established those
They
things
looked
when
really sad when they were burying
Charles-
him.
dead.
But beforehand, they're like, yeah, woo!
The king is
It's like-
dead.
I was a little perplexed by it. I'm like, oh, cultures. I won't pretend to understand.
If I die, I want my whatever wake or whatever you call it to be a celebration.
I want to be buried naked and I want an open bar.
Do you want me to weekend at Bernie's your podcast?
Yeah,
Just
are you
like
drinking
Barney
with us?
From, just
Yeah.
like Barney from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
He had it right.
Yeah, no, I would love a big celebration. Don't be sad I died. Be happy I existed.
So what did you guys think of
Always.
the movie overall, though?
I want to be buried in a pool of beer.
I enjoyed the movie overall. I thought it was.
He just said he
I want to
wants
be buried in a pool of beer. Yeah, I heard that.
And all I could think about was
Beer.
Just
how
like a
gross
cryo
the beer would
chamber.
be in like a week.
Oh, we.
And then you got to drink me a year later.
Oh,
I'm like, bro, fuck, I hate that was
Yeah.
his
Gotta keep
request.
fermented though.
I mean, we're happy to be your friend, Matt, but we might just like unfriend you like a day before you die.
The big bloated body just in the water. Just,
Naked.
yeah.
I can imagine if we go back to you 1 year later, you've completely like bloated from absorbing the beer, and we're like, well, time to drink what's left,
Yeah.
and then you go. And like one extra gigantic
Yeah, all the
dead fart bubble
Wait,
comes
yeah.
out.
All the beer bubbles build up in my butt.
Yeah. Fuck,
Look
well,
like a bloater.
A butt beer, baby.
yeah. Guys, it's what he wanted.
What do you want?
Yeah, I thought the movie was very artful. These two subjects are so related.
Yeah. Well, that's because Chadwick Boseman gets buried in a casket full of beer.
They
And
do
then
that
gets
in the
slurped
movie?
up into space.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
They shoot him off into space.
That's you know how like if that was 50% true, you could round that up to being 100% true.
Yeah.
That was 100% true if you round up.
Wow. Wow.
So
They Yondu him?
Well, they have the casket and then they slurp him up in a spaceship and then they blast him off somewhere.
They blast him off into space?
Look, he's blasting off again.
Yeah.
At the speed of light.
I don't know. Yeah, orbiting the Earth. Maybe he's gonna go up somewhere, and I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe he'll get powers from the sun and turn into Birdman.
Yeah.
I think they were like, oh, his body can't be in Wakanda for this movie.
Yeah, I guess not. No.
We have to fucking blast him off into. I can't wait to see that.
That's where
What the
everybody
hell?
goes, apparently. That's how they save space on Earth.
Makes sense. So Phase 4, so, I'm just curious. Like,
Mark is like, I really want to know about this movie.
Yeah, no.
no, I just want to like.
He's the host of the podcast
Compared to
now.
the other like Phase 4, yeah, I know.
I'm usually the one to bring it back, but it's you now.
Yeah, well, usually, so other Phase 4 movies, how does this compare to the other ones?
Okay. Good question. First of all,
Thank you. I'm pretty good at that shit.
Thank you for the question. It was good.
in my opinion, I respect and like this movie for. I feel like it actually like had an artistic vision. It's like it was both like a sequel to Black Panther. It propelled the MCU a little bit further by introducing a whole additional culture.
The Mayans.
Yeah.
I knew about that too.
And even though it was probably my least favorite part of the movie, it does a little extra pushing some other let's just say whiter character things forward as well. I don't know. In my opinion, that was the weakest part of the movie.
Yeah.
That to me screamed.
Julia Louise Dreyfus?
Yeah, no, I heard she was in it.
Okay, you guys were
I
aware of that.
already knew about that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll about a lot.
I just found out right
She's
now.
too busy making out with Jerry.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see her in the movie,
Yeah.
and
I wasn't either until I got
involvement
spoiled
with
by it.
Watson from Sherlock. You know, Martin Freeman.
Scorsese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I don't.
Scorsese.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman or something like that?
Martin
Yeah,
Short?
He's
And then
really tiny in this
meets
movie.
Morgan Freeman.
He shrinks an inch every year.
Yeah. Martin Short.
Yeah, so their whole storyline to me screamed like Kevin Feige, MCU connectivity, whatever, Thunderbolts and stuff like that. So I felt like that was they made it work related to the what's the name of the Ironheart girl?
Ironheart.
Yeah, it's like they incorporated her like those characters fairly naturally, but then Riri goes off and plays with the other characters for the rest of the movie, and then they keep cutting back to these two just like bickering or something like that.
Being like, your olive oil's about to go bad, and I'm arresting you.
Yeah,
Damn.
for your
Literally
olive
what
oil.
happened.
Yeah.
scene by scene.
Again, rounding. It is 100% true.
Up from 50, 100%.
Those two events happened, maybe just not in exact.
Oh no, that's the exact sequence order. It's in the same scene.
It was in
She's
the
like-
same scene. Yes.
She's like, your olive oil's gonna go bad. By the way, those rings you've been using, I know about them, and we've been listening
Yeah,
in on
that was the
everything,
one little thing
and I'm
that was-
arresting
yeah.
you now.
So
She pulls it out of the olive oil, the handcuffs.
Yeah, the warrant. Here's a warrant for your arrest. Told you it was going bad.
Gobbledygook.
So for what I'm getting though is that this is better than Eternals and obviously Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. But worse than like what the fuck's that movie? Spider-Man and
No,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home is such like a fun, like epic movie on its own
sick.
that I'm not sure I think of like in the perspective of the MCU.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just like Spider-Man movies as a whole. So in terms of like a movie that's like the fact that it's a sequel alone, like give it a lot of credit. Like I think they did a great job. I think the main character, what's her name? The sister. Shuri does an awesome job carrying this movie. I thought it was going to be more of a like co-main character situation, but she's very much the main character of this movie.
Nice.
And she does, I think, in my opinion, a really great job. She, it's like in the way that like again, this movie's like so ultra respectful that it's like it's like everything is like this burden. It's like I'm not going to celebrate that that I have to be like upping my game and doing like all these extra things because of my brother, but she's going to do it out of the necessity and stuff like that. I don't still 100% buy I guess this is a spoiler. Why
Say it.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Killmonger?
Yeah.
I'm about to say talk about the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which-
Spoiler alert. Why she had to become the Black Panther.
I think everyone knew that.
Yeah,
It's like they shown her in battles and stuff like that, and I'm sure she's competent. But I thought that the Wakandan head general would be like most
I thought,
appropriate because
yeah.
she's incredibly like the most skilled fighter.
Yeah, I thought
Okoye?
it's supposed to
And
be
the other
that.
girl that saved her. That other girl that saved her from the underwater area.
Oh, sure, yeah, she
She was sick.
yeah,
Even though she's like, I'm coming out of retirement, just do this.
Yeah.
She still is like, dun 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 dun, dun and just goes in and
Underwater
saves-
James Bond?
Yeah,
yeah. She was like, you got this mission. You got to swim like 80 miles under the water, wear like this like whatever oxygen technology, and just rescue the
You
princess.
gotta go into the
And she does it.
You gotta
And
go
it's
into
no
the
problem.
Giant underwater suppository.
Yeah.
And go into the and she goes in there like a boss and just is like. Bleh! She just like takes out everybody and she's like, I could save her. She's like, don't worry about it. She's gonna die anyways. You gotta come with me.
Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
it's a little bit like suspending your disbelief. Like you're the most appropriate person just because you're the royalty, I guess.
Wow.
And you're the main character of the movie. But with all that said, it's cool, and she did a cool job, and I appreciate the movie for what they did. What they did with the other characters, I enjoyed as well. They gave them all interesting things to do. Maybe I would have enjoyed a bit more not Killmonger.
M'Baku?
M'Baku, yeah.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah.
I heard that he's not in it that much. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
annoying.
because he's
I liked him in the other movie.
Yeah.
or like his growth, because he went to being like a pal and a bro and stuff like that. His scene at the end perplexed me a little bit, where
About him trying to be the
challenge.
King of Wakanda.
yeah, and she's just like not there because she's like
Too
doesn't.
busy grieving her brother.
Yeah,
and trying
exactly.
To burn the
Yeah, he should be the Black Panther. I agree.
Yeah,
the grieving dress that she was wearing.
it's like, was he really about to challenge her?
He should.
I guess so, right? That was that's the same thing they did with T'Challa in the
He's
first
like,
one.
I'm gonna challenge you to be your husband.
I was like, he's gonna win. Like he's an awesome warrior.
Wait,
But-
that's in the movie?
That's how it ends.
God, I hope he
That
wins.
sounds cool. That sounds like a cool ending.
He challenges her, but she ain't there.
yeah.
Oh. Is it
Also,
weird?
he owns the Black
I
Panther.
thought he
then.
was going there to
Yeah, I
just
guess
like
that's it.
in her
Yeah, no,
place
he's
because
power.
he's like, she
Oh.
is gone now, but I am here to challenge or whatever.
Okay, well, when you guys watch
Maybe
it,
I remember.
yeah,
it
we'll
now.
see who's like we're both
yeah,
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
yeah.
A little column A, a little column B, perhaps. Yeah. There's only a mid-credit scene. There's the only thing at the very, very end is the statement that Black Panther will return. So you don't have to wait till the end if you don't want to, unless you want to see all those hardworking people.
Yeah.
I saw. I forgot what website it was. I think it was like IGN or something. After they watched this movie, they're like, "This is why Marvel should recast T'Challa for the next movie."
Whoa.
I was like, "Huh? Isn't this whole movie
Yeah.
like a
Recasting?
big send off to Chadwick Boseman
Yeah.
just to have someone else take
Yeah.
that role?"
And like Matt already implied, they introduce a young boy with the same name. And guess what? They are sort of lightly recasting him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He's going to become his own person, I'm sure, but he's got the same name. He's ultimately going to be destined.
T'Challa Jr.
Yeah, pretty
basically.
much.
That's-
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And he's got a
TJ.
lisp and everything.
He's got a lisp.
He does. He has a lisp.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. He's like, my name's T'Challa. And I'm like,
He talks like the Candy King from Wreck-It Ralph.
yeah.
You know how they recast kids like a million times, like Ant-Man's daughter?
Oh God.
Imagine
Oh, man, they
despite
age
recasting him like 5 times, every actor has like, you have to use the lisp. That's
Yeah.
just the character.
That'd be sick. I
Yeah.
would like Black Panther with a lisp.
I feel like they always
Pretty cool.
recast like kids like that, like like freaking Mike's daughter and or Mike's
Oh,
grandmother.
yeah.
in
She
Breaking
gets
Bad, and
recasted 20 times.
Yeah.
She's cast like the most.
I
Like,
think in one scene, I've seen 3 actresses play her.
Yeah.
Now, come on, you can't keep changing your hair color every 3 seconds.
Oh Oh, honey, you look different. I told them to stop putting so much chlorine in that pool.
Tastes like a yummy taste I gumai. Gumai kanda.
Okay, we got 4-way dueling mics right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, who's gonna be?
Matt, what do you think of the whole movie in general?
The whole movie, I thought it was cool. I thought it was a fun watch. I really liked the whole underwater aspect of it. I like that they built a freaking sun underwater. It was crazy. Yeah. Spoiler.
It's all right. We said spoilers. We said it's okay.
So,
I'm kidding.
so you know how like I fall asleep a lot to movies in theaters?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought,
Do you think I fell asleep to this movie at all?
Yeah.
Matt didn't, so
I was surprised I didn't.
I was surprised he
Normally
didn't. So I
do.
don't know. I'm gonna say no for you, just because you.
This is our rating system, I guess.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. I did fall asleep briefly. I fell asleep in, I think, in like I guess the end of the first or second act of the movie. A certain character dies, and I'm like, how did they die? I know there was a battle, and I just didn't like see the specifics. And yeah, I don't know if you know like which characters perish in the movie. So
I think I know one. I know one.
I know a lot of them get obliterated.
a fairly main character.
Was she a main?
It's weird to see like someone from real life, passes, and then they like write off the character, then like a character fictional passes, and like we're supposed to treat the similar levels of weight. What?
It's that lady, right?
The Queen.
Okay, let's just say it then.
I didn't say that.
I wasn't forcing it, but you just had to.
Well, sorry. I mean, this is bad. I already know. I kind of the idea.
Yeah, but to be fair, I can't describe how because I kind of missed it. Matt could describe it. My wife told me when I was just like, how did it happen?
The Ironheart girl was drowning because they slurped her back into Wakanda, and they're like, you got to stay here if you want to be safe. So she, the guy, the underwater bad guy with the winged ankles, he's all like, I'm going to blow up everything now. And he blows up water bombs all over the place. And the Ironheart girl starts drowning. And the Queen's like, I got to save her. And then she starts drowning. And even though, I don't know, it wasn't that far of a distance down. It seemed like she could have honestly pulled her back up. But apparently she drowned. And the other girl is drowned. And then they had them both on the floor using their ring resuscitator things, shocking them. And then the Ironheart girl lives, and the mom dies somehow, even though the mom was in the water less than the Ironheart girl.
Wow.
Oh no.
So now they've killed a mom in 2 sequels, Thor 2 and Black Panther 2.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's all right. That's Disney. That's Disney magic. Get rid of all the parents.
Yeah, kill the moms pretty much. That's what it is.
I mean, the dad died first, and then the mom. Now she's an orphan.
The dad died before Black Panther even got a full movie.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yep, Civil War.
Yeah,
but I think the movie was a touch too long. But other than that, I enjoyed it a lot. I think they did some cool stuff.
Okay.
I had to pee for like 50 minutes before the movie ended, and I ended up having a person that fell asleep next to me, and I couldn't leave fast in the middle.
Gee.
That's like
it's like when you're on a flight and you're in like that weird seat.
It's long. It's whatever. It's like 2 hours 40 something minutes or something like that. So yeah, plan your bladder accordingly if you see it in theaters.
Yeah.
If not, I'm sure it'll be on Disney Plus soon enough.
I will watch it. I want to watch it in theaters. I can't say I watched Morbius in theaters and then not watch this in theaters.
Yeah.
And you said Doug Walker plays Namor. I think that was the implication from your vocal cues.
This wasn't an observation I had. It makes me want to like rewatch the movie for this reason though. That when the villain introduces himself and he was like, they called me Cuckoo Khan, or my friends call me Cuckoo Khan, my enemies call me Namor. And he pronounces it like that Latin type of way, Namor. And apparently everyone in Wakanda calls him Namor through the whole movie. And it's just like interesting. It's like I thought they'd be more like
Namor,
respectful of other cultures and stuff like that.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think
well, he was kind of threatening him. They're like, we could mix up his name a little bit.
Yeah, it'll tick him off a little.
We could fuck him a little bit.
Fucking footwing.
He hates us,
little
so we're gonna
bitch.
fuck
Yeah. He's old as shit though.
Yeah, he is. He's like 1,000,000 years old.
Yeah, he cracked the code of longevity in a way that Wakanda, as far as I'm aware, hasn't.
Yeah, because apparently from like the plant that everybody was drinking and everything, and from him getting it when he was in utero or whatever, he was born into it, whereas everybody got it later on from taking the plant when they were adults. So he got like god abilities.
Wow. But
Wow.
and he's a mutant in the movie, right?
He drops that word, yeah.
He drops the M word.
Especially because of the wings.
No more.
Nobody
yeah,
else
same.
has the wings.
Tome, the M.
And everybody else ages normally, I think.
Manure?
Manure.
He's like a
Manure?
billion years old.
Wow.
And he goes to his main Mayan country and kills everybody. Plus
Okay.
it got taken over by slave drivers that were bad.
Oh man. Oh, a little bit of Black Adam in there.
That was wild. Just like, get him.
It's a little spice, Black Adam spice. Just throw it in
Then he
there.
buries his mom there.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I feel like that's enough of our opinions on Wakanda Forever. Just if you haven't seen it, go enjoy it. And I'm sorry that we hit all the big points already.
Spoilers!
We had a spoiler tag. If they watch that or listen to that, it's their own dang darn fault.
Yeah.
It was. All right. So we got some other stuff on the outline. I feel like it's mostly you guys carrying it. If I remember other things, I'll chime in at some point in between. But oh yeah, there's other thing. But do you want to start with you watch some holiday related stuff? You watch some other stuff. What's horror stuff? What
We
do you?
watched a good holiday movie. We saw some bad holiday shit too.
Yeah.
So.
That holiday shit's just going to keep on getting
Start-
So
bad.
is the good or the bad?
Holiday shit.
I don't know. Should we get the bad over with? Save the bad for last.
Yeah, there's bad intermittently, right? Because like I would say Barbarian and Terrifier 2 are like the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Both- those are really bad.
It's like Halloween comes before Christmas, so start with Halloween movies.
Yeah.
All right.
And both of those are bad.
Yeah. Surprisingly. I mean, I had a little bit better of a time with Barbarian because I read about it beforehand and I knew what the twist was. And when you saw it, that's why I was like cracking up because it's about like this woman that goes to an Airbnb and there's a guy in the Airbnb.
Yes, spoilers.
And,
Spoilers.
And you think the guy that's gonna be the monster or the barbarian is the guy in the Airbnb. You think it's gonna be some weird stuff, but lo and behold, there's an basement area, cavern. I almost said underwater because no more.
Me up more.
Everybody's
doing it. So there's a cave under the house, and then it's like a mystery about the underground cave, and then it turns out to be a mutated
incest.
Yeah, incest baby woman that's lactating, even though she never had a baby herself, and she just feeds people breast milk.
Yeah.
And then kills people if they try and
They
run.
had this comically large Rugrats-looking bottle that they...
Yeah, with the biggest nipple ever. The nipple on the is like that big, and it flops around.
She's living by herself down there, and so she just wants
she's
to be
living with her rapist.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's her dad.
Yeah, and her dad is her rapist.
Yep.
Okay, but if someone just comes and tries to like help her, it was why are people approaching her and then she's killing them?
So when
good question.
Honestly,
I wish I could answer that, but they don't give you enough information in the movie to give you.
In fact, the movie gives you like 3 answers. They say if you're in the house by yourself, you're chill. Don't worry about it. Don't go to the basement. Then the movie also says the whole town's ravaged by her.
It's so weird because, yeah, you think that she's not able to leave the basement, but then she leaves the basement. She leaves the entire house.
Then the movie also says the house was flipped, which means that she was in the house.
Yeah, while they were doing construction on it.
I found out.
Stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it changed.
the actual
no.
answer as
Damn
to
it,
like
Judge.
where she attacks you or why is super unclear. Super fucking unclear. But the way it starts is that they go down into the basement and then this big titty mommy milky incest baby.
And it's crazy because there's stuff in the house still going on, so she does leave the basement because even the girl was like, oh, I thought you were in my room or something, and what's his name is all Pennywise. It's like, what are you doing? Get away from me.
It was and she only attacked. It was bigger than that.
Just drink it.
Yeah, it was bigger than that.
I'm trying to
But
pull one, actually.
and then the other thing is that she only attacks you if you act like stressed out or scared.
Yeah. And you don't drink the breast milk.
Yeah, and if you don't drink her booby milk.
Oh, so
Well, actually, if
then
you don't
she'll
drink her
coddle
yeah,
you.
exactly. If you don't drink her booby milk, she's gonna actually try to
Feed you from the
feed you
titty.
on the tit.
Yeah.
And then if you don't do that,
Wait,
death,
is this
death
the-
is
is
coming.
That's
Talking
pretty
about
funny.
it makes it feel like it's not like we're making it up on the spot, but this is the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does.
I feel like I think that's just what the red woman looks like when she takes her like necklace off.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That woman, the mother, is actually played by a really tall guy.
Oh yeah, and then it also in the
Mm.
yeah. Well,
I think that was
It might
in
be the
Smile.
same.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's the same guy.
so yeah. Personally, I think the movie was the
It was ridiculous.
Barbarian was so
it was
dumb.
so dumb, but I didn't mind it as much just because I read about it, and I was cracking up once I saw
That was my
everything
question:
happen.
is like what brought it to your attention, or is it like something you stumbled across on like a flipping through the streaming, but it was something you were read about?
I read about it because everybody's talking about this movie, Barbarian. I'm like, what the hell is this movie?
Yeah, like
And then
Conan or something.
I guess. And then on top of that, everybody's saying it's supposed to be the scariest movie, like the most horrific movie of the year or of the century. And I'm like, what the hell is this I'm reading about? And I was like, this doesn't sound scary. This sounds ridiculous.
No, it was like the Malignant. It was like the same.
Oh, Malignant
thing,
was
where
terrible.
It's like, oh, it's this movie and it's not played for laughs, but here's this really dumb twist.
Surprisingly, I read an article and people say Malignant, after the twist is revealed, like it's comically bad.
It is.
Yeah.
we watched it. It was terrible.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
Yeah, but this movie is very similar, where it's like they're not playing it for laughs, but
Yeah.
they're doing like weird, stupid.
It was done by one of the people from The Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah, which they could have made it funnier if they wanted to do that angle, or scarier if they wanted it to actually be scary.
Yeah.
And the movie's like weirdly split in two, because like there's like a hard cut, and
Yeah.
it looks like it was supposed to be 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's
Yeah,
more
because
movie.
then Justin Long is there, and he's like,
In a walrus costume.
Yeah.
pretty much. And he's
Tusk.
getting accused of like sexually assaulting a girl.
Which he did.
Yeah, apparently,
How
because he's
dare
like
you?
he's like arguing about it, whether he did it or not. And then eventually, it seems like he comes to term and finally like is open about it. Like, yeah, I did that. That was messed up. This is my only way that I could really make up for it. Then he dies.
And even the way he dies is stupid.
Yeah,
Movies
Should've
movie
double
was bad.
tapped.
Yeah.
a pretty
That's
horror
cool.
movie.
Well,
Mm.
at least you gave it your best shot.
Yeah,
Some might say your breast shot.
yeah. Oh
Okay.
God, yeah.
Hey,
Mamma
got
mia.
him. Mommy, milk, please.
Yeah. Did you have like tall glasses of chalky milk after that?
If
or-
I knew, I would have watched the whole movie. Like,
yeah, just like dressed up as Homeland.
We gotta get bottles.
Yeah,
when we
get
watch it again.
more of that the booze things, the booze stuff.
yeah, the booze balls.
Some White
Mm.
Russians.
Barbarian 2. Big bottle while we
Get rid
watch
of the
them.
bottle, yeah.
I thought one in betweeny thing before you jump into I guess the Terrifier 2. I watched a good amount of the Cabinet of Curiosities. I didn't watch all of it. I think I watched until the episode you told me was like not as amazing. I leave it at that. It was one with Rupert Grint,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think I was like 75% unconscious like watching that. I just was like it didn't keep my interest, and it sort of was like Halloween's passed by a few days at this point. I think I'm over this. Maybe we'll see what happens when the next Halloween rolls around. But
Oh, yeah, that show
so
went
yeah,
down.
that one didn't do it for me, but I enjoyed a good bunch of the episodes. Not all of them. I'm curious. We talked about it a bit, but did you like? Is my question. The Kate Micucci and what's his name?
I liked it. I thought it was
the guy
silly.
from Silicon Valley episode.
I
Yeah.
liked it. I thought it was a fun watch. It was really bizarre, and the whole thing about, especially when she stabs him in the head with the fork. I was like,
you
oh my
stabbed
God.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna sit down.
I think they're both great. It's like I know it's like we say like Kate Micucci's a lot of fun. She's a good actress and all that. But Mark, are you familiar with the show?
I am not. No.
You know Guilfoyle from Silicon Valley, and he also is like one of Spider-Man, Tom Holland's teachers in the Spider-Man
Yes, at least
movies.
I think so. That's the
Yeah.
main character, right?
Yeah, he plays a policeman, right? And he's just like he's basically his like he's almost borderline Guilfoyle with like his kind of like monotone approach and mentality. But he's very like kind and respectful. He seems like he's a great husband to her.
Catch,
Yeah.
bro. He was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to marry that version of him.
Mhm.
And yeah, she just gets obsessed with the superficialness of her coworkers at this bank that she works at or something like that. And they're just like, oh my god, this lotion that just like makes your skin pop and all that. And the main character that we follow, she's a taxidermist. She just sort of like has her hobbies, and maybe they're quirky and not like in a way that her coworkers would ever appreciate. She tries to give her a duck, a taxidermy duck, as a gift, a secret Santa. And they're like, and then
That was really
then everyone else, including her, gets a secret Santa gift of like this face cream goop, and then she just starts obsessing over this goop, and she's fucking allergic to it. Her skin breaks out in rashes, and her husband's like, you probably shouldn't keep putting that on. You're pretty allergic. And he's like trying not to like be too forceful with her. She's like, I'm gonna keep doing it. And she keeps doing it. Her skin fucking gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
And the TV's talking to her
Yeah.
too. It's like, you gotta put it
Yeah,
on.
put it on.
That's how you
bitch.
know it's working.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
your skin starts fucking peeling off.
Yeah.
and you-
Yeah, that shows that it's working.
Yeah.
And then every episode, at least up to that point, has the bizarre CGI, well, not necessarily CGI, but just like the bizarre scene. And I don't know, I feel like they had to have it just because they needed it for some reason, of the bathtub filled with lotion, and like a mannequin comes out of it made of lotion,
Yeah.
and like hugs her and makes out with her,
Yeah.
and like goop's falling all over
Yeah.
her. I'm like, I don't understand what this has to do with anything. I mean, other than she like hallucinates a man on TV talking to her. But yeah.
It was what the thing that got me, I think, was that you're not sure if she's crazy or if it is going to be a creature feature.
Sure.
And then it turned into a creature feature
That's-
because
yeah.
then you had the big old goop monster come out in the basement and just like, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, she just hallucinating this TV shit, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh no, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you don't know what's real, what's going on, and then lo and behold, it is all real, and then she turns into
Yeah.
her beautiful
Yeah.
self and kills her husband.
Yeah. What I hated about the episode was that uncomfortable long shot at the
Oh my
end.
god, yeah, that was like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, it struck me as like, let's just end it this way.
Yeah.
They're like, shit, we got 5 minutes we didn't fill.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So basically, part of the show is like you don't know what's real and what's not real. I guess kind of. It kind of.
It's an
doesn't-
anthology.
Up to a certain point, and at least the way that they present it in the end is like, okay, this is real. She
Mhm.
Yeah,
she
it's kinda-
kills her husband, and then she becomes like emerges from her allergy skin rash chrysalis into like a beautiful butterfly. She sheds everything basically. She peels all her skin off, and then she's perfect skin.
And what I was confused about is like, did the other girls go through that? Because
yeah,
they also were like, oh, you're really allergic to this. You maybe like don't use it. So I was like, I don't know.
There's no way. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of because like it kind of reminded me of like 'cause I finished watching the show Atlanta. It had like a similar vibes to what you were saying with how like it's like what do you know what's real and what's not real and stuff like
Interesting.
that. So I mean, like, well, the last episode kind of goes about it. I thought that was like I just want to quick review. I thought it was a great show. Honestly, great writing and everything.
Atlanta's a very well regarded show, so yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that ongoing still?
No, it's done. They
Is-
finished. They literally it's the last. They did the last episode about a week or so ago.
Oh, it just ended.
Oh, wow, holy
Oh,
shit.
cool.
Really good show.
Nice. Pour one out for Atlanta, everyone.
Mhm.
Now we get to do community movie.
Mhm.
Tom Glover. So
But yeah, I mean, the important thing is that episode kept my attention. I was entertained throughout, so it's like that means I liked it, as opposed to stuff that I was just like, trying to force to watch it. Which again, like that. Supposedly, this Andor show is very, very good, but for the life of me, I'm on episode 3. I watched maybe about 15 minutes of it yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm struggling. Like this show is supposedly awesome. I'm just like, what's my problem? It's a me thing.
No,
it's not the show thing.
Steve was like that too. He had the same problem.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't like. He's like, it's hard to watch in the beginning, but it's like once you get to like episode 4 or 5, it gets really like I think it's maybe 4.
I wonder why. Like, what makes it a different show all of a sudden?
They all start doing blow.
That's in Cabinet of
That's what
Curiosity.
Jedi's
That
Because
was a bad
I
episode.
watch other podcasts here like this is the Star Wars show I never knew I needed. It's like the Mandalorian scratches the itch of like the nostalgia, and like it does move things ahead, but it's just sort of like like the Yoda, the stuff that's familiar to you. But then this series is supposed to incorporate lots of new elements and be like, I guess, more grown up Star Wars. Like I did but there's a scene that heavily implies these two characters are totes getting it on, and it's like she shows up and starts like undressing, and then they cut to the next day and they're in bed together. Like basically, yeah, man, yeah. So that's cool. All right, Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2 sucked.
You told me that there was this movie called Terrifier. It was a low budget movie. Then they did some great things with it. Sure, it looked like old camera style, but they did some great stuff. And then this Terrifier 2 movie, it was in theaters even. So what now?
It turned into dog poop.
Dog shit.
Yeah. I don't know what went wrong with the script writing, but damn, was it bad. There was one like really interesting kill.
That kill was nuts. And that was like, I think that's going to be what makes this film like super memorable for people who did watch it. I think that's the one that people in the theater like needed the barf bags and shit for it. Because it fucking kept going.
Yeah, it
Worse
was
than
fun.
like the chainsaw like between that girl and the first one.
Oh yeah, way worse.
Shit.
Way worse. He like beats the shit out of this girl, tears open her spine.
Yeah, rips off her scalp.
He scalps her.
Well, yeah. You don't see it in the first one, but he does that to some else stuff.
Oh yeah, but you see all of it in this one.
Oh wow,
all of it. Then he breaks her arms, like splits it in half, pours bleach on.
Bleach and salt on her.
Yeah,
like a snail.
And then he keeps her in the bed and rips off parts of her skin without killing her. It was
chops up her legs.
Fucking brutal. Yeah, but.
Is there just a story reason? This is just a fucking psychopath that just gets off on being brutal in the worst possible way?
I'd say so.
So it's all in character. It's not just like, get this, moviegoers.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I feel like it's very like Michael Myers.
Yeah, so the thing with Art the Clown is that it's weird because he's a funny killer. It's like he's funny at some moments, and then other moments he's like the most brutal you've ever seen on screen. So he's like joking around with people, and like he trick-or-treats at this girl's house before he murders her, and he's just like being silly about like wanting candy and being an adult that wants candy without talking because he's a mime. And then like 3 scenes he even leaves, so you're like, oh, that's weird. I guess he's not killing her for some reason, or he's gonna save her for later or whatnot. But then he just fucking brutally murders her and her mom. Then uses her mom as a trick-or-treat candy holder to give it to the trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's resourceful at least.
Yeah. It was...
Thinking about the environment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sustainability. This candy all poopy.
So I think this movie would have been better. There's like this weird element they add to it. You want to talk about it?
I mean, the whole weird dream thing went on for too long.
That was really
weird.
Yeah.
And then it shows up again during that weird sequence where he throws her in the hole, and then she's in like that weird hole that is hell or whatever, and then she's in like a water chamber, and then like magically her stab wound rejuvenates. I don't know. It was weird.
She has He-Man's sword, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
from her dad. Her dad drew this extremely sexual costume character, and then she's like, "Look, I'm Daddy's character he drew," and it's like she's wearing a bra like this big and like a skirt that's like this big, and then she's like, "Wouldn't he be proud, mommy?" And she's like, "Don't you think you're gonna be? It's a little revealing." I'm like, don't you think it's going to be a little cold?
Yeah, it's Halloween night.
And apparently in New York somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was so fucking bad. So, yeah, what Matt's saying is right. This movie, for some reason, Art the Clown has like a over-the-top, like, weird sci-fi feeling to it.
And then the little girl that didn't exist but maybe existed.
Yeah, and the first thing she does is, like, diarrhea blood or whatever.
Yeah, and that laundromat.
Yeah, and she does it, but she's not real. It sounds like we're making it up again, too, dude.
I know. That's insane.
2 horror movies that it sounds like we're just completely fucking...
It's just a collection of words to me. Like,
it's like you guys are pitching new ideas for movies or whatever.
Yeah,
doing.
But it's so fucking stupid the way they do it. She has, like, a weird glowy sword that has, like... It's not even an incantation. It's nothing. It's just her dad gave it to her. I don't know why it's even powerful. But she
Master
had,
sword.
yeah, pretty, yes.
Because there's like destiny. The dad made the entire history of Art the Clown or something weird. Like, and she was destined to kill him, or at least that's what the little brother.
He was seeing visions
gathered.
and shit, and he was seeing Art the Clown and all that other crazy stuff. And for whatever reason, yeah, he had a vision of her killing him, which doesn't matter because he survives.
Oh, Bardock.
Yeah, so he literally. It's so fucking.
In my mind.
The sword glows with like the most 70s, 80s effect on it ever. And once again, it's not even played for laughs or nothing. It's just like, nope, this is seriously happening in the movie. Then it heals her wounds magically. She floats out of the drowning tank, and she chops his head off.
You guys give like people say Last Jedi is pretty bad with the whole Leia.
Oh yeah, that was
Superman scene.
That was that moment, bro. It jumped. It layered the movie, whatever you want to call it. Mary Poppins.
And then didn't the little girl like steal his head and walk into the wherever? And
then the girl from the first movie gave birth to his head.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it! They went up WB with the birth to the hand.
Yeah, dude, it was so fucking dumb.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I guess because the ending of the last one was so like supernatural, considering that he was dead. That I don't know why they couldn't have made it still more like reality based.
Why didn't he kill?
No, he was reincarnated through evil magic or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, so the weird thing is in the first one he kills like everybody pretty much instantly.
Yeah,
and he doesn't really wait for people. Like,
doesn't kill everyone instantly. I don't think.
No, but he wasn't waiting for the girl to show up to kill the friend. He already had her tied up, and then he sawed her in half. Like it was a display.
True.
For this one, like he kidnaps her brother, and doesn't do anything with him.
No.
Until later on, he starts eating him.
Yeah, he's sucking on his ankle.
Oh, so that's the thing he does too.
Yeah, he also
drinks blood or something.
I think he eats some or some.
Yeah, he eats a human heart too. In this one,
he Dahmered it.
Yeah, he does. The kills are nuts, which is what makes it a crazy movie. But it's like the first one, at least, the kills were nuts, and it tied it together with like a holy shit.
Yeah,
like,
and it wasn't so out there. Like it was just a slasher movie.
Yeah, so you got to get away from this guy. He's nuts.
Yeah.
And in this one, he's like still has that funny element to him, and he still has crazy kills. But like, there's a party for like way too long where a character does MDMA.
Yeah, unexpectedly because their friend drugged them in their shot.
And it's just
crazy.
The movie's too long.
Yeah.
They had too much that they put in there to try to make it like, oh,
it's like they didn't have enough material. It's just like we'll meet this quota of like score and kills and whatever in this, but the story, like you said, was just sort of lacking in that regard.
Yeah,
it was like double the budget and less fun.
Yeah, it was. Even though what's weird is that like there's certain points where I'm like, oh man, I'm liking this movie again, and then I was like, never mind, movie sucks.
Yeah.
Like there's points where it went up where I'm like, wow, that was crazy. This is interesting. And I was like, nope, sucks.
Gotcha.
And you don't want to feel that during a movie. It's so weird to question if you even like it, and the movie's like 90% done. I'm like, oh, this is stupid.
Damn.
I hear you. Well, again, at least you gave it your best shot. If Terrifier 3 comes out, is that a movie that you'll see?
I would watch it. Maybe it would be better.
So it was, yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not like
Yeah,
it ruined the franchise for you or anything like
I'm
that.
interested.
I don't
in
know what
Art
it would
the
take to
Clown.
ruin a franchise for you.
I've seen worse horror movies.
Yeah.
See Star Wars.
I would still watch the next Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not excited anymore for the next Star Wars film, so that's not.
Well, I don't even know what it would be, so I guess.
It'd
But we're
be-
watching all the shows.
It'd be about a giant
True.
fart taking over the galaxy.
That I would watch it. Fart the Clown.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh my god, it turns into like tripping the rift.
Oh my god,
Be sick.
Okay.
that old show.
You've seen Tripping the Rift, right? It's a CGI animation show. It was a comedy. It was really funny. It's like Star Wars meets like other sci-fi shows, except like the
Like,
bad
has the
guy is a
blob thing.
clown, and he's like, "Oh, Chode." Yeah, the main character's name is Chode.
All
Tripping.
right.
He's like this three-eyed alien.
Oh,
Yep.
It's really crudely CGI.
yes. I mean, it looks very familiar. I don't know if I've ever actually like seen an episode, but I recognize it at least.
It's
oh my God.
really funny.
Their boobs are huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching the show and being like, this is the ugliest CGI I've ever seen.
seen
But
this
the
one?
show is so
Yeah, I'm
funny
gonna-
that it's
Oh, yeah.
like, all right, this is charming.
Yeah, I remember
that's
that
it.
show big
Yep.
time. Yep.
Tripping the Rift is great.
I remember watching with Tony.
What did Tony like about it?
I wonder why.
Yeah, I
If
don't
we
know.
could speak
Same
for
thing
him.
that Dan
The
liked
plot-
about
the
it.
plot.
The plot, yeah.
Plot armor.
Cool.
Two giant pieces of plot armor.
Were there any more horror-related things on the agenda today?
The Santa Clauses.
Smile.
Oh, that's
Santa
right.
Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus was also horror. It's horror.
Horrible to
Horrible.
watch.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not like a nice family-friendly, revival of the.
There's a
film
lot of it that makes
friend-
you feel gross watching it.
It
They
had
have
the
like a
weirdest-
5-minute child dance
It
scene.
had the weirdest fucking intro though.
Oh
It was
man,
some Game
that
of Thrones
intro.
shit kind of. Looked like kind of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Kind of, it was,
and like Netflix
so,
Daredevil.
Yeah, it was like so fucking weird.
Of all things, isn't it like a half-hour show? That means it's like half of the show is a theme
The
song.
first episode feels like it's an hour.
Kyle, unironically, we were watching the first episode, and I thought we were watching a 2.5-hour movie. I was like,
Felt
I'm like, this
forever.
thing's still fucking going. I feel like I've been watching it for 5 hours. And then the episode ended, and Matt and I were both convinced. He's like, oh, the first episode was an hour, 100%. And we look at 29 minutes.
Yeah. It was so weird. It was like a Twilight Zone
So it was
episode.
boring.
It was.
I don't know what to say. It was just like a mind fuck that you didn't know what
Santa
to
Clauses was a mindfuck.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible. It
Yeah.
was fucking awful.
Okay. Question, because I think I'm still probably gonna at least try this show because
It's funny to talk about and shit on.
all right,
It is. I
well, then
agree.
I want to be part
That
of that
is interesting.
conversation.
Yeah.
I only saw the second episode. I only seen the first episode. So
Yeah.
I saw it was out, but I was like, I'm not ready to watch this just yet. But I didn't realize I was gonna miss out for this podcast.
well, I don't think I
recording.
missed much in the first episode because it seemed like
No.
you guys said
You missed nothing. I don't know how.
Like, I don't understand what's going on.
Okay,
Second episode.
just
so.
my main first question is does this feel more like cinematic like the Santa Claus movies, or does it feel like a sitcom?
It feels like a sitcom. It feels like a shitcom.
He throws a donut into the sky.
Yeah, he shoots a donut.
Well,
into
okay,
the
I
sky
meant
and gets it in his mouth.
cinematography, like filmed wise. Is it like filmed like a sitcom or like?
No, I mean it's filmed.
Oh yeah, it's got like the
cinematic,
professional
cinematic.
great
it's
cameras.
filmed like
yeah.
the movies.
Okay,
Yeah.
but with that said, he throws a donut in the sky.
yeah, he
Which
throws
he
a
shoots it with
yeah,
like
yeah.
a donut launcher.
Santa?
And, yeah, and the second he does it, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna try to catch it in his mouth. And lo and behold, the CGI reindeer sled goes up and spins around.
Oh my
Pin
god,
down, pin down.
he's like Vin Diesel of Santa sleds.
Yeah.
And then there goes his mouth, and he catches
Yeah.
that fucking donut.
And then he makes comments like, "Why aren't we allowed to say Christmas anymore?" And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he's really
Tim Allen's
woke.
back, baby.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's not Santa, it's Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Because there's even a scene where he's like, "What do you mean we can't see naughty and nice anymore?
Yeah.
There's naughty girls and nice boys and all this stuff." And,
Yeah.
Okay, now I just have to meme watch this show because it sounds so funny. You're actually making me really want to watch this show. I thought it was like, oh, it's gonna be like a family-friendly, cute thing, and
No.
maybe it'll have its moments like the Santa Claus 1 and 2 have their moments.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's like he wears red, his red clothing for a reason.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like the show's gonna get more in that direction from the trailer we watched.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's nuts.
Is it true that when he delivers presents all over the world, he calls it a red wave? When the NORAD's tracking Santa.
Oh,
my god, a red wave is happening across the world.
He's like, Mrs. Claus hasn't had one of those in a while.
Yep.
Oh shit.
These woke elves
Yeah.
can't take these woke elves anymore.
Yeah, they're all fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, an ultimatum
Oh.
over here at.
I mean, from that trailer, they
Explode.
yeah, they fucking explode.
Elves explode? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When there's not enough belief in Christmas, they just explode.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was in the trailer though, so we didn't get to see it yet.
No, I think
Yeah.
it didn't happen yet. We
No.
I saw the second episode. That's all I saw.
I know you're not like intentionally selling me on the show, but
We're trying not to.
I'm not. What do you mean you can't talk about Christmas? I want to see you say you do a 360 no scope and eat a donut.
Yeah.
And even Mark tuned into the second episode, and he literally missed nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I missed anything from the first one.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to the first episode feeling like 2.5 hours, but
2.5 hours of magic.
The second episode felt shorter.
Yeah, it definitely felt
half an
normal
hour.
length.
It did.
Yeah. So, just that first
whatever
episode.
that means. Yeah, there's a lot of holiday stuff that's like unleashed.
Like
yeah.
Christmas Story Christmas.
Okay.
That's a new Christmas story. But basically, yeah, it's a weird title.
I've heard of it. I didn't even realize it was out, and unless I thought it was like they'll film this and it'll be out in like 8 years or something.
I found about this. I just found about this movie out last
So
week.
it's the
when I saw
kid
the
from A
trailer.
Christmas Story all growing up with his family. Is
Yeah,
that the
pretty much.
general?
Like
idea?
pretty much all
On
the
the
cast
nose.
is back.
Yeah, I
Like, the whole
don't know
original
why I
cast
know
is-
that, but I heard that at some point. Yeah.
But yeah, all the original cast was back. Well, who was in the
All
first
the
one?
original cast.
Who was in the first
Even
one? That's
the
not
dad.
Even the lamp.
No,
Oh,
dad-
of course, the
well,
lamp's back. It's
dad's
the fucking
dead,
main
so-
character.
Spoiler alert.
He's there in spirit.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually.
Do little snippets.
He's in the lamp.
flashbacks.
They have his ashes in the lamp, like
Yeah.
like Ben.
They have him frozen in carbonite.
Yeah, but basically, the movie's like about like him and like his new family, I guess, and he's a writer and he's trying to find the perfect story to write and stuff, and he's supposed to like his parents used to come visit him during like the holidays and stuff. Gets a call from his mom saying, "Oh, dad dropped dead or whatever." So
Dad died.
yeah, so they went back to the old house.
They go back there. His tongue stuck to a pole, and he's dead.
Like, but he's writing an obituary too for the dad, and like he's like getting stuck on that
Couldn't
shit.
get him
'cause
off.
He's not a good writer. That's
He's not a good writer.
well, apparently no one likes his shit. So like,
The thing I just can't get past already, even though I haven't seen it, is, I mean, I don't know if this discredits me. I've seen the Christmas Story a handful of times. It was never my jam.
okay.
I like Sandlot a lot, but it was the same vibe where like
And actually-
the adult version of the kid narrates throughout the whole movie, right? Throughout the original one.
And the original
Well,
one, yeah.
it's still Ralphie narrating, so it's the same guy from the first one narrating the second.
Even though a different actor's playing him grown up.
Playing the wait, you mean from the first one? It was a different voice playing the kid, but now it's the actual kid voicing.
Yeah,
It's-
himself.
but
yeah.
I'm just saying the first one wasn't there, unless I'm confusing it with Sandlot.
There was an actor. I forgot.
It was him as an adult narrating like the movie.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so,
wanna see the
so that
narrators.
part's just weird to me. So it's they ditched the. I would hope they ditched the old narrator and the guy's just narrating himself now, or he's
Yeah,
just,
Yeah. That's
Okay, all right.
I
Does he
forgot-
sound like
I
himself?
can't wait for the old Sandlot now.
Yeah,
Where they,
Oh,
yeah,
they've
the death
tried.
plot.
wow, they've
They-
tried.
Yeah, I don't know. They've had
Shepherd,
reunions and stuff like that,
Mm.
and I don't know. Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know, like
Sandlot
honestly,
too.
Yeah,
The movie's been. I really liked the movie. Like you probably won't like it if you didn't like the first
I
movie
agree.
because
Yeah.
it had the same like vibe as the first movie. Like they actually did like a good job as like I don't know, it had the same like the way how it was written, the way how it was like shot, the music they used and everything. It was like basically it had some like callbacks, but wasn't like in your face kind of, you know.
I don't know. I would
Like-
check it out. I have nothing. I
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I was pleasantly surprised how it was, like how well it was.
yeah.
Like, I thought
it
dog
was
shit.
funny. Yeah, I
Is it
went in with
Disney?
low expectations, but just
No, it's
because
HBO.
of
Warner Bros.
oh,
what was it on?
I
It
could watch
was
that.
on
HBO
HBO
Max.
Max. Yeah,
Yeah, HBO
so
Max.
I'm adding that to
because
my
it was
watch.
yeah,
list.
because it was on HBO Max. I was like, okay, well, got to get in the right mindset for this one because we've been excited for Mortal Kombat, we've been excited for Space Jam 2. Lo and behold, those turned into big old steamers. This movie was actually, it was awesome. It
I know.
was funny.
Like I said, I expect it to be like a great movie. I was
Oh,
like,
and
oh, let's watch it, see what happens. Like,
Yeah, no,
I was
I
like,
know, I agree.
okay, this is actually like it has like this like the way it was written too. Was
I think we went in with the perfect expectations to enjoy the movie.
exactly too.
and it isn't a series. It's just
Mhm.
Yeah,
just a
just-
movie.
Yeah,
just
movie.
a movie.
Probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, fully. Well, it feels like a sequel, which is
Mm.
cool. It feels like a sequel to the original.
It's the
does.
same beats as the first one.
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
with new stuff too, so it's
Mhm.
not just like a repeat
Yeah.
either. It's cool. I
Like I
liked
said,
it.
there were some like hey like callbacks and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
it wasn't in your face. It wasn't like was beating your head with like that shit. It was just like they had like a bunch of new shit, and it was just like
Mhm.
remember the leg lamp? Well, you just see the shade of it or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
and they kind of just
Lego
like
lamp.
briefly do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And now our goal is to watch A Christmas Story too.
Mm.
Yes.
The movie that got like a 3.2 out
that
of
helped
10
me.
or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on HBO also?
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
At least
saw
HBO
that.
Max cuts everything. They don't cut that, huh?
No.
Right.
They gotta let it
You
live
know-
on.
You know, on the note of HBO, while you guys are talking about stuff, I don't know if you touched upon House of the Dragon's first season's over now.
Yep.
And did you stick with it?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We watched everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, any like end of season 1 thoughts?
It was good. The end of the last season.
Because it's
The
been a
last
bit of a roller coaster with like watching you guys watch the show. Be
Actually,
like,
halfway through, it became more enjoyable of a watch.
Mhm.
okay, so it's not so much of a roller coaster as it's like a V shape, like it went down and went up.
Yeah, because it was more like.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think maybe it even started like.
Yeah.
Yeah, started on a decline.
Yeah.
But it sounds like through whatever like ups and downs the show has, it's not like the like when it gets better later like makes up for anything it did. It's not like, oh, now I see why they age up the characters 15 years and or like recast these people that you're used to. It's just like that part still isn't good, but like they do other cool stuff. Yeah.
I feel like they still could have done without the aging. I feel like they could have jumped right.
Too bad there wasn't some sort of
magic.
magic trick to make it all like, it all makes sense to me
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, you just cut half the season and throw it away.
Yeah, you could have really fucking done that. Because
Watch the hypercut.
you recast the main characters, you recast
Yeah.
the kids like twice or whatever. So I don't know. That part is still really dumb,
Yeah, it's so jarring.
especially because you made the kids look like the wrong kids. Because like one has the long face and the other kid had the long face.
Yeah, that
and you
kid looks
swap
so old. Older than the older brother.
them. Yeah, and it's like, what did you do? What you messed up? These are supposed to be switched, and no. Whoever did casting,
Wow.
terrible job.
He had a lot of hormones in his breast milk, I guess, or whatever, so he aged quicker.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the show ended up getting good. It was weird because ironically, Tony and Rachel really enjoyed the show,
At the beginning.
and then they stopped watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the episode they stopped watching that night was the good episode,
And it
and it
held.
and it got better. And we're like, whoa, that episode was nuts. Because I can't even say they were building shit up. They just had so much boring shit to start. It was
Boring
like,
shit, weird shit, gross shit, like the whole thing between Matt, whatever his name
Matt
is,
Smith
Matt
and-
Smith having
Yeah.
Easiest
trying to
name
have
to remember.
sex with his niece or
Yep.
whatever, and it's like, ugh.
yeah. And then even back then, they're like, no, that's not cool. And then they're like, all right, brother, sister,
Yeah.
you marry each other. Like, do we care about that or no? And it's like, no, here's the stuff that matters. It's like, okay.
I've seen some George R.R. Martin interviews where he explained that I think in this show they present the Iron Throne the way they wanted to present it in Game of Thrones, but the show, despite however massive it wasn't apparently they didn't have like sets tall enough to have like Iron Throne like way elevated above the ground. So is that how it looks in the show? It's like it's like a much more like, why did it become so scaled down in Game of Thrones? Now you have to wonder.
I don't know. The other thing I don't understand is that they threw this new tidbit of the Iron Throne. I mean, probably from the books. It's been
that,
around.
that it hurts people.
Yeah, that it hurts people.
I remember Rachel and you guys talking about it.
Yeah, that's like, why they have that in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones? It's so confusing.
We're like, that's what's happening?
yeah. Wayne, what's his name? That stupid jerk kid get cut up.
Joffrey.
Joffrey
Yeah,
should have
or
been.
the other Mad King.
should
What
have
makes
been
you a good
sliced
ruler?
up.
Almost
Yeah.
everybody who's ruled is like shitty.
I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's probably isn't that important to the plot. Be like, I got a little cut.
Yeah.
I don't know. That guy lost limbs from it.
Oh, really?
There you go.
I lost my pinky toe, damn
yeah.
you.
He lost everything.
In terms of the scale, I feel like it's a bigger throne, but like there's a few steps going up to it, or at
Oh.
least that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
They're not walking up like 30
Did you see
steps.
like the like what he had imagined when he wrote it, like drawn out, like the illustration?
I don't think so.
George
It's
R.
like in Rapunzel's tower.
Yeah, this is going to be the set.
I honestly don't remember, but these two are pretty similar. So I'll just show this one for example.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm interested.
like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's not in the show.
No,
No, not like
doesn't
that.
look like that.
Okay.
It doesn't have that many swords built up.
The other picture was pretty.
All of them
similar.
are
It was
like
that.
gingerly scattered around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh. I don't think it's really. I think
No.
the seat's the same. It's just there's a few steps going up to.
Yeah,
it.
and there's a couple
Oh.
of swords
I don't
going
think so.
like a sword graveyard around.
Yeah, but definitely not like
Not
that.
like
That's
built
cool.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just looks like a crazy hairdo.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry. Yeah.
Of course you wouldn't sit in that fucking chair.
Yeah.
Dumb
I
shit.
wonder why I'm getting cut so much.
Ow, fuck.
Oh,
Man,
I'm
it's
on
because
my
I'm a
ass.
bad ruler. That's why. Ah.
Yeah. It's because I accidentally leaned one direction for an inch,
Yeah.
and they're all so sharp. Like maybe you should try dulling them out a bit.
Was this king a bad ruler?
It didn't
He
seem like
maintained
it.
the kingdom.
Yeah, for like 50 years.
Yeah, literally, he died and everything went to shit. So
Yeah.
So it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
yeah, he really wasn't.
Sounds like it was a good one.
It's
Yeah.
his fault. Actually, his fault he died, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the throne was killing him. The throne wants crazy people in there. Maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh no.
It just hurts everyone. People just are just too.
Yeah, maybe it's made of swords.
Maybe
Stop-
it's Maybelline.
Stop making the thing out of swords. Maybe like get a bunch of my pillows or
Dumbasses.
something.
Yeah, and a bunch of maxi pads.
Yeah. That
Well,
way it
I
absorbs the
sense
blood
red
when it
wave
cuts
coming.
you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Red wedding will do nothing to this
There's a
chair.
red wedding wave.
Mhm.
Chair.
Were there more Christmas-related
Womp,
things that you watched?
womp.
Holiday season stuff, or we covered it?
No,
I think we covered
yeah,
it.
the last thing we watched was Smile, but that's just a horror movie.
Yeah. Smile was cool. I liked it.
Oh, we missed the horror thing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the last horror thing.
Okay.
It was sick. Oh, we watched Disenchanted. That one's
Oh,
kinda
we
like
did
in
watch
between.
I also have the
Disenchanted
X
too.
and off
Fuck.
the air,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, we watched a lot of fucking shit.
and then
Yeah.
video
You
game
did
stuff.
watch extra
Yeah.
stuff.
That's what happens. We skip 2 weeks, right?
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
so.
X is another
I'm like, I
horror.
probably watched
Oh,
stuff.
X sucked.
Yeah, X was a stinker. It was
but is that
weird.
a
And
comedy?
I would say
Oh,
it's kind of
a
like
a
it
comedy
turns
porn-
into it because
a
it's
comedy-
old people having sex and
A
killing
comedy
people.
porn and horror.
Yeah, it's just a softcore porn
Yeah.
with like kills.
Mm-hmm.
How you, is it EX like
Nah,
ex-boyfriend?
No,
Friends
it's
X.
just X.
Oh, so it's not this movie with Zach Braff. I was trying to look up. I'm like, what's this X movie? Is it horror or is it?
No.
And I found like a Zach Braff movie called The
No.
X.
Yeah, no,
It
it's
was-
a
it was
horror
just-
movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a slasher, but of old people are killing people, the younger people,
That's
because
nice.
they're jealous that they can't have sex.
Oh, they're killing young. Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
Then they have sex.
Yeah, then they have sex and the husband dies.
during sex.
Nah, after,
Oh.
shortly
no, like,
after
two
having
scenes
sex.
after from getting scared.
Yeah.
Oh, my Peloton.
Yeah. Oh, that movie's bad.
Sweet.
And
And
there's
then it's
already
a
2 movies coming out. There's
sequels?
already one. There's already a sequel
Oh.
out.
Yeah, Pearl, which
The
is a
prequel?
prequel.
Yeah, the sequel prequel,
Yeah. There's another one like that's.
and there's
out.
another one already in development
And it's
or
actually
out.
old. The main
Oh.
actress from like all 3 movies are the same person.
Wait, so is it going to be like an after this thing that they're continuing, but besides the before, is there an in
It's like some
between?
anthology bullshit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Yeah, try some.
Well, I guess
It was dog shit. I'll watch the other ones. That's,
yeah, I'll watch the other ones too.
I'll give it a try. It wasn't like the worst I've seen.
It was
so
bad, dude.
I've seen worse films, but like
I think I liked it better than the Terrifier.
But I like Smile. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
what's the deal with Smile?
Slightly better, and I think I liked it better than Barbarian.
Fair. But Smile, I liked a lot.
Smile
better.
was awesome. Smile is like the shining star of the horror.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I would actually recommend Smile.
Yeah.
I'd recommend watching it. It's like it's silly. There's
Mhm.
definitely silly
Yeah.
stuff to it. The whole thing is that like you see smiling people
Mm-hmm.
before you die, and they're like,
Okay.
It's like The Ring, kind of.
shit.
yes, yeah. It's the ring of like. I don't want to spoil it.
I know.
So
Okay.
that's a good sign because I want.
How do I watch this movie?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh,
Nice.
a mountain of
I can watch
smiles.
it.
Yeah, but it's neat. It's kooky. With I don't want to spoil it, so you guys could actually because there's like
Okay.
twists and shit in it. So
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's got Kevin Bacon's daughter in it.
Whoa. Is her name
Canadian Bacon.
I was gonna make a joke. Yours is funnier and quicker and sooner. So.
No.
I was gonna say low sodium. I was gonna go all like ingredients on you. Anyway.
yeah, She looks like Kevin Bacon. Once
Yeah,
you look
she
it up,
does.
we're like, why does she look so familiar?
So
In
see.
some scenes, she looks like Kevin Bacon threw a wig on.
The red light scenes are.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks more bacon-fied
Yeah.
in the movie.
She doesn't look like she has the mole.
No, she definitely has a giant mole the whole movie.
Prepare to be amazed. There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
We found the mole.
Mole, 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 mole.
The Terrifier.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like,
Yeah, I've seen moles before. I've seen moles we'd only dream of.
No, there's scenes in this
Yeah,
movie where that
golden
mole
moles.
doubles in size. I fully believe.
it's a stunt mole. That's
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
think they have a stunt mole because there's scenes where she turns and
Is it a character in the movie?
yeah, it talks.
Really?
It's
No,
Because her main IMDb photo has it just subtly on the side. I'm like, the poor lady's just got a skin condition.
no.
It's-
I got my mole. On my arm.
does it talk?
Yeah, it does.
Fuck you.
It's what you hear on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, bird.
oh,
like
that's
malignant.
Yeah. It's got
it's a malignant mole. Mole.
God.
Yeah, that would be bad, right? I mean, I guess not bad, but
Rad.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if it started getting sentient in the middle of the night and killing people.
Yeah, I
then
guess it's
that's
worse than
bad.
it's talking.
She kind of looks like
and
Nacho
killing
from Better Call Saul in this
people. Who the
preview.
hell- Oh
image.
yeah, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Nacho?
That's not even the same girl.
No.
Wait, which picture?
The
I like that
the preview at the top.
Yeah, the picture
It switched, yeah.
changed.
That one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different girl.
That's
Yeah.
not her.
No,
No,
that's
that's
not
a
the
different
bacon.
Why is she showing up on her fucking page?
Because
She
that's
smiles
the
and
first
that's
girl of the surprise.
All right.
Spoiler.
Well, that's cool. I like things that I think I'll like.
Yeah. The movie's a mind fuck.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
several parts where I want to hear what you think about it and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because there's full scenes
Mark,
that happen and I was like, what the
Can I
fuck?
borrow
Yeah.
your Paramount Plus?
Sure.
I
Thanks.
feel like it's
Everyone
comedy horror a little bit.
It
in
is.
some parts. It's
Yeah.
really like it's a fun movie.
There's a show that I've been watching. I'm actually it's been done for a little while now, but I'm watching it because it's not like done by the guy who did Mr. Robot, but he's like
I was gonna
executive
say Mr.
producing
Robot.
it. Yeah.
I was just joking.
Euphoria?
It's a robot.
No, yeah, it's like he's executive producer. He's like, this is fine.
Yeah,
But the show's been kind of fun. It's actually a Peacock show called the Resort.
I saw the first episode of that. I wanted to watch the next one, but I never had the chance to watch. Cause I
Yeah,
just forgot about it.
so I think we're like 5 episodes in. It's not a long
It looks
series. Maybe it's
interesting,
like 7-8 episodes or something like that. And it is like it's sort of like you follow these two main characters. Like they're a couple, but they're probably like having some like relationship issues, and like each episode tries to like dive a little bit more into
Yeah, the
it.
guys from The Good Place. I know that.
Yeah, the guys from the Good
and
Place.
The girls from like.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's in How I Met Your. She's the mother from How I Met Your Mother, and she does like she's in 30 Rock. As,
She's
like, the-
she's in that Black Mirror Star Trekky episode. She's like the main
Oh.
female character of that one. I'm sure she's much better known for other stuff, but yeah, she's in the episode 30 Rock where
Yeah.
she was like the goody two shoes one. Yeah. Anyways, they're both good.
Yeah, they're
But
both good.
they're on a vacation at a resort somewhere, and in like I don't know, is it Mexico? And
I don't know. It was an inclusive resort. pretty much.
and like completely by accident, like they got like venturing, she like stumbles upon this like old flip phone, and basically they're able to like bring it back to life, and they find out that like this belongs to someone who went missing, and she just like is so fascinated and doesn't want to like let this. Like she just takes it upon herself. I want to figure this shit out, even though she's like not any type of like investigator type of person.
And they start going. That's like I guess the people back then too, right? Is that what it was? The people back then.
Yeah. Like there's some characters
That's
that,
probably
that, that were dealing with it. So it's like as they learn stuff, we get to watch the flashbacks with
Yeah,
these
that's what it
other
was.
two people that went missing, and we get to like get to see what they were dealing with. Nick Offerman plays one of the dads.
Yes.
He's like, you
when I
should
saw him-
probably be going missing soon.
That was what I was gonna say, 'cause I know it was something that looks familiar, and I was like, oh, that person looks so familiar. And I had
Nick
I was like,
Offerman.
that was a kid. He had a
Yeah,
beard,
he looks so,
So I'm
unlike
like-
himself. Yeah.
I'm like, who is that? Is that who I think it is?
Yeah.
He had that voice. That's why.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Nick Offerman. Holy
Leslie
shit.
Nope. Yeah.
Leslie Knope.
But the show is pretty fascinating. I like the stuff that they're doing, and it's a very light show too. Like it is funny still, because like they got some like characters kind of associated with comedy and being humorous.
Yeah, I gotta watch this.
And
right
so it's like I feel like even though the show kind of gets like strange and weird in places, and maybe like borders on like tense, and like you're these characters in danger. They're gonna get like snooping around too hard. They're gonna get themselves killed type of vibe to it. Then like there's a lot of lighthearted, silly moments that sort of like, that I feel like it's good. Like they make it pretty natural. I haven't finished it. I don't know if it's gonna end up becoming dog shit. The show's starting to go in this direction where they're like, it's kind of like Mr. Robot in the way you're like, is this about to go full on fucking sci-fi on me, and see if they manage to bring it back? Because
I want to watch that show.
They introduced this character who's actually really cool. I thought he was gonna be like a fucking like disaster, but he's actually bringing this whole new neat element into it, where he's got this condition where I don't know. He comes across like a crazy person. He's like, my memories are falling out of my ears, and he like paints everything to like try and remember stuff, and he's like painting shit on this mural, and is like he's the one who like owns the hotel at the resort, and he was there with those two characters that went missing. They had this whole encounter with him, and he painted them at the top of the place where they show the scene where they're up there with them, and he paints it like while they're up there. And then this guy was investigating it back then, who's still, we find out in the last episode I watched, is still dealing with it. He's like looking at it with the two new main characters, the ones who are investigating, and he's like, "You're in this painting too," and it was painted years ago. So it's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm a little worried it might become sci-fi BS, but we'll see. Yeah. So
Sounds interesting.
yeah, it's a cool show so far.
Yeah, I'll watch it more later.
And we're definitely going to have to use our Apple TV trial. And once we use it, we're going to watch Severance, I assure you, because I'm going to make the most of it.
Yeah, we have until next month.
Why is it leaving Apple TV?
No, the thing I got. The thing I got.
No. My wife got her own free trial because she got, I think, a new phone. Yeah.
Okay, nice. No, I thought, because I told you I had like the 3 free-month trial. That's
You have one too? Oh, we should use both.
Well, I got one from that Severance thing I did like back in San Diego. So.
Oh, well, all right. Give me. Give me. Because there's that. I want to watch that new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell Christmas.
Oh, I want to watch that too.
And I feel like there's a few other things. Apple TV is like gets kind of sneaky on you, but it's nothing that you can't just crank out with a membership. Sorry, Apple, but you think you have enough of my money?
Yeah.
Watch that.
The Mac, my Apple, and everything else.
Yeah.
Deal with some free trials. It's legal. All right, cool. So what else? What else was it? Did you guys talk about off the air?
Off the air is crazy because
it was a psychedelic trip. That's what it is.
It's a show that I was just after we were watching like Rick and Morty and stuff and watching some TV shows. You went to bed and I was still high off of eating a medication that was making me extremely loopy. Along with weed. so I was
no relation.
Yeah, I was tripping balls from it because apparently it makes your body process both things slower. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm stumbling around on the Adult Swim app, and then I saw this thing off the air. All the other stuff wasn't working because I didn't realize I didn't have the thing connected.
Is that the one with the preview image of like a head coming halfway out of the like lagoon or something?
Probably.
No?
I wouldn't be
It might have
surprised.
been,
but what it is it's like a bunch of clips of like random stuff, random images,
old
different
documentaries,
random art.
Like artists,
and
art.
it's honestly like a drug trip. Like the first episode I watched was Moon. I was like, I want to watch something that might be a little creepy. And so I saw this weird moon face. I was like, that looks like it might be creepy. And then, yeah, there was some creepy parts in that show.
I saw one episode. It was pretty... Honestly, I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a fun watch.
But it's kind of cool because, like, I'm pretty sure, it has to be different artists, like, doing their own different, like 5-second, 10-second clips or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I thought it was, like, just cool how they did it, and they transitioned to the next one. It's just...
The one that we watched was very chill.
The one we all watched?
Yeah.
That was a nice one.
Comparatively. Yeah. We watched some kooky ones.
Yeah, Nightmare.
Yeah,
I want to run away. I want to run away.
It started in 2011?
Yeah.
Damn.
2011, and it's like weird short like seasons.
Yeah, like 2-3 episodes.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
4. Yeah,
and they just like continue over time. I think it's been like weird, just weird how, and it airs at like 4 a.m. on Adult Swim.
Yeah,
sense.
it's like there's episodes that don't even have enough ratings on IMDb to like have a rating. It's like they must just make this so cheaply. I don't know. It's so is it they like they're like 12-minute episode type of like.
It feels like 9-10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're short. They do
yeah.
short seasons and they air it at a cheap time. So I guess they like you could just do this forever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a kooky show. I think it's the closest you could get to like doing a psychedelic drug without doing a psychedelic.
Yeah,
drug.
Yeah.
Weren't you saying that you read that it actually led to like another show's development? What show was that?
You mean it came from Too Many Cooks?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it came from Too Many Cooks. I thought it led to the formation of whatever.
Yeah.
That one's from infomercials, isn't that? That's like a whole thing.
Too Many Cooks?
Or something
It's
else.
making fun of it. Too
Yeah.
many cooks, too
Mm.
many cooks. But that was also Adult Swim.
Yeah.
From what you've seen, is there like any comprehensible plot to?
It's
the
got like
episodes?
a main idea.
Yeah, it's a
so
theme.
like whatever the title of like the episode is, that's what like the stuff revolves around.
There's no real plot.
No.
It's
Yeah,
just a
alright.
theme.
Yep.
Like,
It's
Friendship.
artsy. Yeah.
It sounds like it's cut from a similar cloth as that the Adventure Time looking show that we were talking about, the one that's like they record a podcast and they just have like
Midnight
a
Gospel?
Midnight
Mm.
Gospel, yeah, like
yeah, it's more. It's less put together. It's just very eclectic. It's very random and just shit.
okay,
happening.
yeah, it's like a Pink Floyd laser light show.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
You sit there, veg out, and you stare at it. and
Yeah. I
some
can't
stuff-
imagine anyone being high.
So if that
watching
sounds
it.
exciting to
Oh,
you,
I liked it.
Adult
I mean,
Swim
like,
app, yeah.
tripping on like
Yeah.
shrooms or something. and
4
doing
a.m. You don't know what to do. You just
High as fuck.
the walls are breathing.
I watched the episode of that, and I sent you a couple of clips, and then I was like, I'm tired now. Then I fell asleep to that health show with Tim and Eric. They interview a doctor,
Oh, okay,
and they talk about diarrhea and penises.
nice.
it. And we watched the Toes episode.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, the Bob Unger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that wasn't the
Bedtime
first one, but it
stories.
was an episode.
Yeah.
It's very silly.
It was very silly.
We gotta talk to you. What was that guy from that? That guy was from the Christmas with the Cranks, the detective guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the weight of the toes you've been doing is not matching the weight of the toes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. So, as Rachel is not here, therefore we cannot have any.
Bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel.
Oh.
Bye, Rachel.
On a side note, quick side note, we're watching some of the raw footage from the wedding, my wedding yesterday, and it's like it's very like here and there wherever the video camera guy was, but they caught just enough of like the limo of like Mark walking out the bye Mark and everyone,
Yeah.
and we started applauding and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like
awesome.
that.
Oh,
So it's like we
shit.
got a little bit of that.
That's
Nice.
so funny.
And like when we got to my house in the limo, I'm about to get out immediately after Mark comes back or whatever, and like someone, I think it was actually my dad who was like, bye, God, and they all do the same exact thing. Bye bye.
Aw,
Oh,
my son's gonna do swim lessons.
swim.
We've been doing some. It's a lot of fun. Bye bye, Dada. Okay. Love you. Oh, we got to love you.
Aw.
So with the absence of Tony and Rachel, no optimism, but now we got Mark's Mocktimism corner.
Is that what
Yeah.
we're calling that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Video game edition.
Mm-hmm.
Some video
Yeah.
game stuff has accrued.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 'cause, like,
It's all you,
okay,
Mark.
Oh, well, thank you. Anyway, so I guess I'll be talking about like what games I've been playing recently. I guess I've been playing I just finished God of War recently.
Yeah.
I got that game like last week. Got the new God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Been playing that game for a little bit, and honestly, that's been a really good game so far. Enjoying the hell out of that game.
Well, okay. There's been a bunch of these. I'm gonna call them GOWs.
Gals?
Yeah.
God of Wars, yeah.
God of War games, yeah. And so is this a franchise that you've been into? Because I don't. I'm so like I'm like interested in getting foot back into video game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a franchise you've been into?
Yeah, like obviously, like the first 3 games, it's like different when they started the fourth one, I guess, or the fourth mainline game which it's just called God of War, the fourth one again, because has like a soft reboot.
Damn, it's like Blink 182,
but like
self-titled.
I guess, yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's basically about like it's a nice like father-son kind of journey for the most part for like both games, and you know, I think the narrative and the story is like really well done for both games. Music's done like it's like kind of like watching a movie, but it's like, you know.
I've heard people comment on the music of this game. I don't know why. So
it's really like it's amazing. Like it's like the orchestra, like this
Pantera
and Skrillex.
No. Yeah,
Pantera and Skrillex had a good.
Bring me real action, but
Oh yeah.
Pantera and Skrillex.
the gameplay is like another like really good. You know, the way you level up your stuff, and you know, it gets really challenging at certain points too. Like you can face optional bosses, which are fucking a pain in the ass.
Wow.
But overall, you can tell they did a good job with this game, and honestly, Santa Monica Studios always does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to the point like they're like, oh, is it gonna be DLC? They're like, no, we don't do DLC and stuff like that, because you know, I think they.
Yeah, we're not going to continue.
Yeah,
the
it's
player
like
experience.
this is.
Well, no, I don't think it's.
Yeah,
I think they do like they just want to get all the shit done, and I like that. So don't spend extra money. And
Yeah.
usually look for DLC. Sometimes if I want to play DLC of a new game, like you have to wait like another 6 months, and I don't want to play the game anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, you already beat the game. Yeah.
The game should be good to the point where like I want to get this because the game is good, not because like there's a promise that like, oh, maybe it'll be better later or have like more money.
you know,
worth.
I was I was really hyped for this game, and actually it wasn't like, you know, shatter or anything like that. It was good. I really liked the game and everything.
Dad of Boy too.
Yeah, but going to the opposite. But overall, yeah, it's a good game. So, but going to like the next other game, Pokemon.
Pokemon, but you love the
Scarlet,
Pokemon.
Yeah, right? Isn't this weird? Is this weird to hear? My mind, it's so weird to hear.
So I didn't
What?
even know there was a new Pokemon game coming out.
They've
Because
been
didn't they
cranking
just
this out.
release something?
They did. Ours just came out like in January. I think. It was
Yeah.
a different development team did that one though.
Not
it was more younger. I
not
think
Game
younger.
Freak.
No, Game Freak did it, but it was like
Oh.
another team in their like company.
Oh.
It was more of a younger group of people, I guess.
13-year-olds.
And people, I remember
That game was good.
people that being pretty positive. Yeah.
Yeah, that game was really well done. It was like a different
So
take on like.
so that
like,
was
Pokemon.
that was the B team, and this was supposed to be the A team game.
Supposedly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like, no. Here's the thing: the gameplay for that's really good and everything.
Mhm.
It's like an open world Pokemon game. That's what it is. Like you can do any gym you want.
So is
our
Arceus, right?
Arceus, no, you have to like kind of follow like
More linear?
it is linear.
Closed.
Yeah, it
Oh my
actually is.
God.
It starts with
It's
linear.
just
It is open world like in the area you go, but you can't go anywhere you want. Like how
Wow.
Breath of the Wild is. So
Okay.
but Pokemon Scarlet and
Sorry.
Violet,
Yeah.
you can go wherever the hell you want if you want to.
Okay.
And like, you know, it's great because like they had some quality of life improvements over the past games, like, you know, over mainline games. So like, for example, like when you catch a Pokemon, you know, it takes like fucking like 10 seconds for like, you know, like it does like a soft like you know, the shaking of the ball, shaking animation, but it takes like long. It's like just goes fucking fast. So it's like it's like not like a fucking annoying process. You'd like wait. I don't know. Picking up items is like another nice quality there. Like just run over items, you pick it up instead of just like kneeling down. It's like, you know, they made the game a little bit faster. So like it's nice, faster.
Which one is nicer and faster?
This one.
Oh.
Like, this way you pick up items, the catch-in part, and like another thing, like since like the whole thing's open world, so you can go where the hell you want.
Yeah.
You can obviously like there's like no random encounters, or I guess like, you know, like what the hell is it, like, you know, like, you know, like you like
Yeah,
just,
where it's like
go
a
in the
wild
grass.
Pidgey attack.
Like you go in the grass, like that's how you start. Then you just go up to the Pokemon. That's how you do it.
They like did a little bit of that in Sword and Shield in that like open area.
They
right?
did, yes, but there was I think the whole thing was it, or no, there was something. No,
They had like the
whole game
open
was that.
area.
Yeah, the whole game was it.
Yeah.
So they kept it on with that, thankfully.
Yeah.
Trainers though, you don't have to like walk in front of them and stuff about it. You get to go up to them and talk to them and stuff about
Oh,
it.
that's neat.
Which is nice because it helps speedrunners if they want to like.
Yeah, it used to be rough when like you're struggling and like they beeline towards you just because they like got a glimpse of you from like 18 miles away.
You gotta go up to them and talk.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this game's like I said, open world, like because like they give you like three different choices, I guess. At least like three, like there's like three different things you gotta do the main to get the main quest done. Like do the 8 gyms. You gotta like, do like these 4 Titan bosses or 5, I forgot what it was, and you gotta defeat like 4 Team Stars, which is Team Rocket. The big guys, like, you know, whatever. So you gotta like defeat 4 of the headquarters, take over the fort.
It's kind of weird that Pokemon's got like a gang problem, right? Like every
Yeah,
game.
Every
game.
region, it's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want basically if you choose to. So, but
As I say, ready for everyone could join a gang.
yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
Having said that though, the game is a freaking buggy performance issue mess.
Oh,
Like if people
a
go
lot of setup to that. Yeah.
Well, I know, but like,
Don't want to make it sound like he's talking bad on it.
Okay.
well, I want to start off with the positives.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
kind
that
of
actually was like
just pound the shit out of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta burn
Now you
up.
talk about how shitty.
Yeah, you have to burn them up to burn it down. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that the right way
I
of
get
saying
you.
it? But like, so they're like FPS. Like, first off, like Arceus had the same problem where like if Pokemon's like far away, like you see like it's like fucking run like Pokemon like are flying like or moving like 2 frames per second, but it wasn't like as bad as like it was. It was just that was like the only problem like performance wise in that game. This game though, like the FPS like fucking is all weird and shit. Like, you know, you're in a classroom with these bunch like the first fucking part of the game, like we go to a class with a bunch of kids or whatever, like, you know, because we go to school.
I mean, that's a problem in itself. You shouldn't do that.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. The FPS, like there's like fucking like students like just like going FPS like up and down. Like it's like
Yeah,
so
I heard
weird.
it was
Like,
a 2 frame rate.
it's
school.
awful. Like, yeah, it's like dog shit how they like they I don't know. I think it was just like careless on their ends. But like even like a lot of bugs in the game, like people disappearing or like fucking like you're like if you're like with someone like their mouths become like fucking huge or like
Yeah, I've
weird.
seen that too. Is that co-op? That's
They have,
happening.
they have co-op. They have multiplayer in the game.
Is that where that's coming from? Where it's like 2 players who have the
Yes.
different
Yep.
legendaries.
Mhm.
It's like one guy's like this really tall, slender man looking guy.
Yeah,
It's
so, like,
kooky, crazy.
yeah. This is it's definitely like a bug mess, and obviously they definitely rushed it because they want to get out for the holidays as well, which is crazy. 2 Pokemon games 1 year, but like Nintendo's like, we don't have a big moneymaker. This you know whatever.
Yeah, but now we know what they did. It was their bug testers that made Arceus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's why they didn't have bug testers for this game.
I know. But we're the bug testers actually. I think.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame because if that shit's all fixed, that would have been like a fucking great Pokemon game. But that's the fact is like, and they had no excuse for it. They say like the Switch. People say, oh, the Switch hardware, like that's bullshit because Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, fucking another game. Like there are games that use open world and it's not like a shitty mess like how's Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
Someone was telling me this game plays better handheld than docked.
I
was like,
played
how
handheld
the
for a little
fuck is that a case?
bit. I don't think so. I
Okay,
don't know.
alright.
I think it's just because you don't see
surprised.
because you don't see much. That's why it's like because you like there's like
That makes sense.
Remember the Doom port they had for the Switch? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I meant like
Ooh.
oh, sorry.
I watch other Spaceman Bony things, and I notice when you're over there, it's quite quiet.
Oh, whoops. So anyway, like you know how it is with Doom, I guess. Like people say it look better handheld because you can't see much like detail and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's what it is with Pokemon as well. So that's all. I mean, that's like my like I. If it wasn't for a buggy mess, I would say this is probably my favorite Pokemon game. But it's still fun, but it's just like the performance issues and the bugginess and.
It kind of just takes you out of it altogether. It's so significant that you're like,
It's just
oof.
I don't know. It's funny to watch this shit. It's funny, kind of like
Yeah.
like oh my god, like where the fuck is my guy? He's disappeared or whatever. It's like or like my like one of my Pokemon's fell into the fucking lake and disappears. Like it's so.
Oh, bye bye.
So I don't know. Like I wish they can like hopefully improve it and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not like you said Poke improve it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always just for Game Freak though. It's like they're just being lazy because they know they can make a shitload of money. And
Yeah, well, they're like just like God of War. They're like, the game's done. We're not doing DLC. That includes patches.
Yeah. Well, they had the highest pre-orders. Too.
Yeah, that's insane.
So they don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
they have their money.
That's why they don't care. That's like a problem.
They'll probably patch it though. I doubt that they'll just leave it like that.
We'll see about that. I hope so.
If they don't, that'd be surprising because Nintendo would be like, either you pick up your stuff or you're out, Game Freak.
Yeah, not if it made a lot of money, right? They wouldn't.
Yeah, they're like, glitch it up, baby.
Yeah.
People will buy glitch.
Everyone's
glitch
talking about our
messes.
game.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
next Legend of Zelda game. Guess what? It's
Goat
gonna
Simulator.
Be,
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, the Glitch King.
Yeah.
Glitchendorf.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, that game like is still fun. God of War is a really great game. That's a game everyone should try out at least once. Whenever. That's probably I don't know, that or Horizon is my favorite game of the year. Like game of the year right there.
Yeah.
If I had to say game of the year right there. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just this game, just like the last Pokemon game earlier in the year, brought in a whole like additional generation of new Pokemon to it.
Yeah, it was not that much history region. It wasn't like
It's not the most fertile region of Pokemon.
well, it's not a lot of it's maybe 10 new Pokemon or maybe
10.
I forgot. I feel like I don't know. I forgot how
That's funny.
Was.
Yeah.
But no, that game was good though. That game I Pokemon RCS whatever. That was a good game.
That introduced a whole bunch of new ones.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one was like 10 more.
No, I'm sorry. RCS introduced like not as much, like not that many new Pokemon. The Scarlet Violet introduced a lot of new Pokemon.
Oh,
Oh.
Sorry about that. I meant to like.
Yeah, that makes a lot
my
more
bad.
sense.
I was just
like,
curious
oh my
if there was
God.
like
That's
standout
atrocious
cool
for
ones
a
or
new
something.
Pokemon game.
Yeah, 2 new Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's like a Tumbleweed Pokemon in the game I saw. I haven't called it.
Oh,
yet.
hell yeah.
I saw
Wow.
like a Pokemon.
Yeehaw.
Tumbleweed.
Smoke that
Yeah,
tumbleweed.
spliff,
There's like
spliff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
I have
God.
got some new ones, like a fucking pig Pokemon called Lechonk.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
the chomp.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like it looks like the pig from like Wind Waker too, like this fucking.
Oh.
it's
yeah.
really similar.
It
to
gets
that one.
red and angry.
I mean, I would say check out Scarlet, but like unless you want to, I don't know, like it's a fun game, but just like performance wise, that's where it fucking gets.
Gotcha.
The last one I fully beat was X and Y.
The last one I fully beat was Blue.
Shit.
I think the last one I fully beat was probably Yellow.
Wow.
I don't remember. I think at some point I went back to Silver and finished it.
Damn. I was like, speaking of games that are kind of buggy, I guess. Well, I saw you playing Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, it's buggy.
There are pop-ups and stuff. Like it's not as bad as Thankfully not as bad as Scarlet and Violet.
I blame everything
but-
on my Switch controller because I play it for the Switch, which I know it's probably.
But thankfully, I heard the performance time was good though. At least that's good to know. Like, I mean, I don't know how you liking it so far.
Is anyone else? Alex has it and plays
I
it.
played it. Yeah.
How far into it are you?
I'm further back than you. I don't have a lot of time to play, but like when I get a chance.
Yeah.
Or...
I played more at first, and then I haven't played it that much in the
okay.
last
Yeah.
bunch of days. I played a little bit last night because my wife went to bed before me, and I was like, I'll play a little Sonic, and then I was like, I didn't get that much, but I'm on the second island.
Okay.
I think the game's a lot of fun. To me, it feels like they just copied Breath of the Wild, but then kind of dumbed it down and simplified it, which is nice for someone like me, where it's like I don't want that many rules and like puzzles and things to get at. I'll get to this point in a second, but I think it's cool. I like it's a very simplistic, like you could just kind of button mash to fight people as Sonic. It was a little to wrap my head around, be like Sonic doesn't have his like the mechanics of his homing attack the way that he used to. It was a little like, oh, they took that away, but they just sort of like changed it. It's not so much gone as they just kind of changed the mechanics, and you do get used to it. And they like made the grinding on rails like real simple. It's just like he's going to go. He's not. The other games had more like physics where it's like if you're not
and stuff. Yeah.
it's like if there's a loop-de-loop and you're not going fast enough, you'll just go back the way you came. This one, he's just gonna keep going forwards, and you could use turbo whatever. You could speed him up whenever you want. Yeah, just hold that R button.
That's cool.
He's got like nitrous in his ass.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's sick.
yeah. Sonic's got the turbo button,
Bruh, he's Vin Diesel now.
and you just keep upgrading him as it goes on to make him stronger and better defense based on like beating up tougher bad guys and stuff like that. And there's kind of like Sonic Generations. There's the combination of 2D and 3D maps, which I don't know. I'm more of a 3D Sonic guy, so it's like the 2D is fine, but it's like they make the objectives quite straightforward, which is nice. It's like they say like to get an S rank, you got to finish it within this amount of time. So it's like you kind of like fuck the rest, try and fly through it as fast as possible. For me, some were much more obtainable than others. So other ones, I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna fucking do this. But it's like there's it kind of like Mario Sunshine. One of the objectives is to collect six red rings.
Yes.
It's like coins is Mario's rings is Sonic,
Yeah.
and it's like say like I play through the first time and just by happenstance, I'm not even intentionally trying to. I collect 3 of them. when you finish it and you get to play it again, be like, okay, let's focus on taking my time and getting the rings. I already start with the 3 I already had. I just need to find the other 3.
Also, until we get those.
Yeah, I just kind of pick up
that's
where I
sick.
left off. So it's kind of like chill
I like
in that
that.
regard, which is kind of nice. So I feel like that kind of is the game in general. It's kind of fun, running around the open world part 2. It's like you just seem like you're kind of like running from one objective to the other. There's these gigantic, like, it's like Halo with those, what are they called, like the scarabs or whatever. Like when you have to like take down that thing, you're like, oh guys, this is gonna take me 2 hours like it does in Halo. And no, it's like they're actually like not that ultra hard to defeat. And then you get like the big important thing to access the new maps. And then if you get enough keys, you get to unlock the Chaos Emeralds and face the big bosses, Supersonic, which you already get to do at the end of the first island. So it's like I already got to be Supersonic once, and that was fun.
That's cool.
The I don't know, the other characters are all glitchy right now. Like Amy's like, I'm glitchy, but I'm feeling a little better. Like, I don't know. I feel like they didn't know what to write for that shit, which is fine. It's like, I'm like, just let me get back to the gameplay. And then I'm on the second island where the same thing's happening with Knuckles. There's one part of the first island where it just became like a mind fuck puzzle where I'm like, I will never figure this out. I had to go online and cheat. I don't know if you've gotten to this yet. You basically need to. There's these pillars of light. And
I was just thinking that too.
You're aware of this one?
I heard about
okay.
that stuff, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if this. It just made me feel so fucking dumb. Because I don't know if I could explain it. Say like our microphone stands are like the 4 pillars that you can control, and basically there's like, it's like if there were other like less important like pillars like in between each one. So it's like me pointing mine, like here, and it's pointing at Mark's. It'll shoot the light and it'll continue. And I guess you're supposed to basically complete the whole thing, and then you unlock something to continue with the game. Like this was like a hard stop with the game. Like, you need to complete this to play this game, but the thing is, by moving mine, it would move, say, Alex's. Like ours would move together.
It's like Resident Evil
puzzle. And by moving his, it'd be moving yours. And it's like each one moved another one in a way where it's just like, yeah, so that's a Resident Evil type of thing.
Yeah, they have stuff like that.
It felt Zelda-esque in like an annoying way where it's just like, I spent, I think, like an hour trying to do it. And I was like, I'm going to bed. And then I was like, maybe a fresh brain will figure it out in the morning. And I was just like, I still can't do it. And I had to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Uncharted had at least one thing like that at some point, and Resident Evil has stuff like
type of thing.
Yeah.
Just like Sonic stays still. Yeah.
Wind Waker does that too, kind of Wind Waker did that in like, what the hell's it called? The Earth Temple, I think, or the Wind Temple, I think it was.
In which one?
Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Resident Evil had the 5 had the mirrors with the laser that shoots down at them in that weird area, right?
Yeah, and then Resident Evil, the remake, had the whole mixing of the chemicals, but they got to meet the certain amount.
That was
got to empty them, and then you got to refill them.
That's annoying. Damn.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I know. It's just time consuming.
A lot of the time,
Yeah, that's true too. You just
yeah.
In general, I think the game is a good time, though.
Okay.
I think they did some neat stuff with it, and I hope that they continue going more in that direction, figure out how to keep making that stuff even better. So I give them a lot of kudos for doing that. I heard Tony hates it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Tony hates that game. He said it was a big old.
He's never liked Sonic and doesn't intend to like Sonic after this.
Oh, you're being sarcastic.
Fine.
All right, good one, guys.
I like the game. I like the game a lot. I was having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I gotta try that. I gotta try the game. Though.
There are definitely some like weird moments or glitches, but nothing like, oh no, I can't play this game. Like running up one of the big bosses, like I flew off in like the wrong direction.
Oh wow.
That's sort of invite word too. Like it wasn't like game breaking glitches. I haven't experienced that. I don't think really anyone has yet. But it's just like, come on, you could have fixed this shit. Like you could have tested this a little more and fixed it. Like that's the problem.
Yeah, but there's honestly I haven't run into too much of that with Sonic. Even like there's only other times where I'm like, I think I should be able to run up this, but like I can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I should be able to run up a wall and I can't. It has to be like a specific looking wall.
But yeah, no, nothing. I like the game a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I signed up for the newsletter. I got the soap shoes.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
2 shoes. Yeah.
You know what happened? I was just like, why haven't I signed up for this, like pre-order. I was like, let me do the pre-order, and I was like, where is it? I'm like, oh, the game came out a week ago.
Oh, shit.
You can still sign up for the newsletter, and you get the soap shoes for free.
Get the
Baby.
soap shoes, Kyle.
Soap shoes?
Yeah, from Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh,
The
okay.
weird, crazy grind shoes that they used to have.
Cool.
Yeah, and they already have like the Monster Hunter DLC for it, so you could get like the.
That's free though, right? That was free.
free.
Yeah, it was
Free.
free, which is cool.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if there's any like. I don't think there's any like co-op thing. This seems like a very single-player game, which is a con to the game to me. My favorite thing about Sonic is multiplayer. So I think that's a little bummer about it. And I'm trying to think of other downsides to it. I find the way that they made unlocking the map a little frustrating unless I'm missing the point, where you just gotta complete a series of very simple tasks, but then it's just a matter of like stumbling upon that area. It's like I want to unlock the map. I'm like wandering around the area that's grayed out, like I haven't unlocked it yet, and I can't fucking find it. And often when you do find it, it's in a part that it's like not in the part that you unlock. It's like right adjacent to it, so it's like I always feel like I can't unlock the map.
Yeah, no, there's something like that too, and like I like seeing the map full, so I get like weird like OCD tendency of wanting to like I want to see the whole freaking thing, and then I'll do like the puzzle, and there'll still be like one big gray block in part of it. I'm like fucking stupid, stupid fucking map, but it's like it's still fun.
There's this other side. I kind of forgot the point. Like I have a posse now of those little people. I don't know, those little creatures.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Wind Waker when you're collecting the what are those little tree people. The Deku tree creatures.
Kokoro.
Yeah.
Goku. I don't know.
Yeah, those Koroks. Yeah.
Wait, do you collect? No, you're talking about Breath of the Wild, right? Where you collect them, where you have to find them or whatever.
That was Breath of the Wild?
Well,
Yeah.
there was also them at Wind Waker. You could talk to them.
Wind Waker,
You
you
have
talk
the
to them.
seeds.
No, you had to find them.
Or the water them.
No, you have to water the
Water the
ones.
trees.
Wind Waker, you water them with the Great Deku Tree.
Yeah.
The Breath of the Wild, you find them like by like doing weird things like in rocks or like
and you pull them out
throwing shit or
All
whatever.
right, fine. Sure. Oh, there definitely is that as well. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And I kind of forgot what I'm supposed to do with them. So it's like anytime you're playing the game and you stop for even like 3 seconds, the whole posse just shows up and they're just chilling with you, and it's just like, oh yeah, and then you like run and ditch them.
Yeah,
But
you got to drop them off to their dad to get the power ups or whatever.
Every time I go with their dad, I just give him all of my blobs.
Yeah, no.
And he doesn't take his children.
But that's what they said you're supposed to do.
Oh.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I've missed
Maybe
the
it's
point.
a glitch.
That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I have the same thing. When I slow down, they're all like,
Yeah, they're all just.
I'm like, hey, stop that.
Yeah, I
They're
didn't
all
ask for
dancing
this.
around you like they're ghost riding a whip.
Except they're all in like one clump. They don't
Oh.
like go around you. They're all like clumped out in front of you.
Yeah.
So it's a rave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
It's a little clumpy rave.
So we probably talked enough about that. But Sonic Frontiers, I think it's a fun game. Check it out if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, I'm ready to check that out eventually.
I guess I have.
No, I do want to play that.
The,
game.
so to be clear, no Tony Rachel means no Batwoman, correct?
Yeah, no Optimism, no Batwoman. They bounce
Understood.
each other out.
Yeah. I have one last thing, which is like the playing catch up portion. I have completed Ozark.
Wow.
Yay.
It's done. Did it.
Donda did it.
Mark hated the ending.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Spoilers for Ozark.
Yeah.
Ozark spoilers and came out back in I don't know how
Well,
long.
I just finished it, so
Well, I know,
you're
but
not
I'm
spoiling
just
it for
saying-
me. Yeah.
whoever listens to it, but yes, I first of all I did not like how the fuck Ruth died.
Yeah.
I didn't. I okay. I was fine with her dying, but how she died, that was my issue with that.
I thought it was fine. She went out like a boss.
Yeah.
She's
No,
like
it's not like a boss, but like
Yeah.
she died by that stupid fucking bitch who I don't give a shit about her. Like
Camilla.
I don't know. It was like I didn't care about that lady at all. She comes in like at the last half,
Yeah.
or not even like episodes,
Yeah.
and you die by some like random ass new person, and like I just didn't care for it.
Yeah,
She killed her son.
I kind of wish the mother killed her instead of that. Would have been a lot nicer because it's just like it
Ruth
kinda,
needed some kind of consequence for her actions. She was going
Oh,
around
she
doing
did,
too
but
much.
I wish
She
the
didn't
mother
listen to
killed her.
Marty.
Ruth had so many opportunities to sort of like get out. Like she learned her lesson so many times, and for whatever reason,
I know
the way they wrote it, or just the way that like the character had to be, is just like
I was okay with her dying. I was just like, it was just how she died.
Yeah.
That was my issue.
And
that
she used to be with Ben or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
his name was.
Yeah, now they're
whatever.
together forever in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh.
I honestly forgot most of the show. Though.
Both
Like,
with
I
bullets
think
in their brains.
Yeah.
the ending and it was okay. I thought it was okay the way.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the best. But like I was like oh, he points the gun and shoots at the end. But
You would have liked it if it was like a more established character behind it versus this that like the aunt of the hothead or his mother rather. Yeah.
I didn't like. That's just like my gripe about. At least that was my main gripe about.
She wasn't a very well elaborated character. Like what I thought was going to happen. Like I mean, I enjoyed the final season because I had heard like I had some coworkers that are just like I feel like they're running out of ideas and or something like that. And watching that, like I don't know what that meant because they had so many ideas watching it. I enjoyed the show a lot. Not to say I think the show has hiccups along the way. I think some moments are incredibly dumb and just like ridiculous. But then other parts, are just like a very good progression of like how a story and a drama should be.
Yeah, they're cool moments of it. I thought.
And yeah, it's like you love to hate, Wendy and other characters, and then the kids are always doing their thing too, especially Jonah. What's her name? Scarlet. Less so until the very, very end. I feel like she got a little more interesting right at the ending. So they still gave everyone something to do. So I could just appreciate that. Like I didn't feel like they sort of like ran out of ideas for some characters just to focus on the others for the most part. Yeah, Ruth was frustrating because she could have like I wanted some things out of the show, so it's the things rarely go the way that you expect. So it's not like I'm like mad at the show that it didn't like it and the way that I thought. Then I would have been like, I predicted this. This is bullshit in that way. Then so it's not like I couldn't predict anything that was going to happen.
Well, I mean, it is safe for shock that. I mean, I don't know. It depends on like how it's done. Like, if it makes sense. I don't know.
Sure,
it does make sense that she died by her, but like the way, like I said, she wasn't that well established, like you said, and like. I just didn't care about. I still didn't care about.
She went from
all.
being kind of like I thought at first she was kind of like a nurturing type of character, and then she straight up becomes Gus Fring. I'm like, oh okay. She dresses like him too. And like, oh, now you wear like dark bad guy clothes, so I know you're bad, like really bad.
And like the ending where the guy gets shot, or supposedly the guy gets shot, you don't tell. Like it's like gives you like room for like like interpretation or like there's like an idea. Like,
which guy?
Like, who has the gun at the end? Like, the kid has the gun? I forgot the kid's name.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he has the gun. He has the gun. He's about to shoot someone.
I hear the bang.
Clearly, you hear the bang. But, like, obviously, people think it either is the guy, that detective, the fucking...
the private investigator.
Yeah, that guy who didn't have a gun out.
Or, like... Well, no, I'm saying... No,
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah shot him.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said if he shot him, or he might have shot the mom, too. That's what people think.
Oh, there's no way.
There's no way he shot the mom. He's too lost in the sauce. He's with his family.
True, you never... I don't know. I just think
But
that people
But to be
reconcile
clear,
everything.
they don't show anything.
They don't show, that's
he
what
could
they
have
make
shot
you
right
think.
next to him to scare him, and it's like you kind of like you're like you 100% are like, oh, this is what happened. But yeah, it's like they didn't show it, so you don't know 100%. So I think
come out with their sequel or
yeah,
whatever.
the show totally lends
Jonah
itself
versus the
to.
whale.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser and Jonah fight.
That's the
gotta
sequel
be
to
the-
Ozark.
It's
Yeah,
gotta
Jonah
be
and the whale.
Oh,
It's the threequel.
crossover.
Yeah.
There's threes out there floating around.
So I thought Ozark was like I think for the most part I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but story wise it was
Actually,
like okay.
the character they ran out of ideas with was the FBI agent. She had a baby, and then they bullied her to keep her interesting. They made her hook up with the private investigator for no reason other than they were at the same bar, and that's like the only way they kept her in like 2 or 3 additional scenes. And I was just, and she wasn't, I think, the most mishandled character
I
of
don't
the
know.
show.
It seems like they were friends, her and the private eye, because it seemed like they had a history.
Yeah, he was like, "You're hitting on me." It's like, "Yeah, so what if I am?"
Yeah, and she was dumb. I hated that she like fucking flipped. I mean, that's how they kept the show interesting. But when she's like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna arrest him anyway. You suck.
Yeah.
You suck."
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Fuck.
I don't know, but her.
She got all self right.
I whined about the scene where it's like, I knew that truck was going to explode. It was like obvious the truck was going to explode, and she didn't know the truck was going to explode. I'm like, you're bad at your job. And then she continues to carry herself like she's the big shot and the like so righteous when she was too dumb and like all her men got killed because of her
Yeah.
like incompetence.
Yeah, no,
but no
makes
one
sense.
really. The show didn't really point it out in that way. But with that said,
Well, I did like that. Actually, I think one of my favorite scenes was when that. Who's that lady that got shot like at the end of season 3? Was it?
Oh,
Right at the
you're
end?
talking about the
Helen?
lawyer? Yeah.
Helen. Oh yeah.
Helen.
I first of all, I did like that. I really like that character. Number
Yeah,
one.
Helen was
Yeah, Helen was
awesome.
I like
sick.
that character, and I did like it how she died in that one, just because like that was a big shock, and
That
like
was, yeah.
and they did it off the bat instead of just like watching all this
Yeah.
bullshit happen.
And they
which is-
still fucking flew her out just to
Yeah.
pop her, dude.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh,
I thought
She
that
was
I thought
already
that was
making
I thought
those
it was a good way.
moves.
That was
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
like that. I personally like that, but
Yeah.
that was
and
way
just showed
high
how
paced.
ruthless they were too. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
ruthless.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But so
What do you think about Roof listening to music for just a lot of the season, the
Yeah.
end of the season?
Yeah, she turned into a real rap fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was
The-
like, I didn't know where that came from.
They touched upon it, but they really leaned into it on that
Mhm.
travel episode.
Yes, yeah, where she's literally just like,
Yeah, and she runs into the dude at the restaurant too.
yeah. I was like, huh.
And
that
she's
was a
like, "This is where they
hallucination.
filmed Daredevil,"
Mm.
and he's like, "Yeah, I know."
Or at least it seemed like that was a hallucination where she ran into that rapper.
No, it was just like she must be from Chicago, and she was in Chicago, and it's just like, what if she just ran into him? Why not?
Yeah,
Just threw that in there just to, I don't know, give her some moments.
Yeah,
probably.
I thought that was strange. That's one thing I was like, man, that last season.
Yeah,
so
I was
weird.
like, this is also, they had, what band was it? Was it Def Leppard randomly, or like at doing
Yeah.
a concert? It was like
yeah,
really
that was
them.
how they were cleaning the money.
yes.
Yeah, so it's like they randomly will throw some real life stuff in
Yeah.
there just for the fuck of it. Just be like,
Like,
yeah, real world.
You have you heard of so much like we could fucking launder just through their rider? It's like fuck, man, we're set. Get a big band, and you just fill
Oh,
out
yeah.
their rider.
That was so funny. And then they were looking for a cut.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like I feel like it made me enjoy Jason Bateman a bit more than I did before. Like maybe I don't know if I'm gonna go and watch Arrested Development at any point, but I feel like you could appreciate like his like dry sense of humor more after watching Ozark. So I do listen to his
His
podcast as well.
guys.
I was actually listening to it on the way here, the Smartless one that he does with Will Arnett, Sean, what's his name? He's
Mendes?
from
Jumanji.
Will and Grace, and they're like interviewing Biden. Yeah.
Wow.
That,
So, and I hope they all talk about WAP. That's all.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's ice cream?
Yeah.
Where's all my ice cream?
All right. With that, everyone, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Pseudo Adults podcast, y'all. It's been such a time. We talked about, I wonder if this is like the most topics per cubic square foot.
Yes.
Because I like combining my metrics.
Bruh.
The most PPT.
Whoa.
People per topic.
People per topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh.
PP.
Oh, that was the ending, bruh.
The ending, bruh.
Did everyone bruh that?
Yeah.
We'll catch you on episode
Catch you on the flippy floppy.
153.
I'm a...
I'm Alex.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Kyle. We are Pseudo Adults.